Vikings often used this gemstone to help with the navigation of the seas. It would be mounted at the front of a boat, and as the direction of the boat turned, so would the pleochroic colours change as well. This kept the boat on course.
When we were with you last year in China, you had some big sizes that were clean, but today all the big sizes look very included. Is that what's coming from the mine? More inclusions?
Yeah, have more better quality. Also, this is not clean.
Yeah, that's right.
Clean material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like this clean.
So clean to one size, then above that the sizes are getting more included.
Every size can get, but quantity, depends on quantity.
It's a lot smaller today.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few years ago the quantity was great coming out the mine on the bigger sizes, but today the smaller sizes are nice, they're clean up to about ½ a carat, but beyond that they're quite included. So it's quite a good job. We did a lot of business a few years ago.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. So nice to have your company this afternoon. My name's Ellen. I hope you're having a fabulous day so far. I tell you what, she brightens up anybody's day, and of course her creations are absolutely followed with awe. It's the lovely Prue, everybody. How are you, Prue?
I'm well, thank you. Yes. Very
Bless
well.
you. I love your necklace. I've just noticed that.
Well, it's funny. I made it especially for the show, and then when I was on the train, I realised I was wearing a different top, and the necklace doesn't quite match up. But hey.
Prue, I've just been told we haven't got a mic on as of yet. Have we got it? Have we got it? Have we got it? Woohoo! Coming in. So, poor Prue, we were talking then and we couldn't hear you. Couldn't hear you at all. I'll point out her necklace in a second. But yeah, she basically, Prue said, made for the show. So you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. Now, straight into your star buy. I'm about to bring you a gemstone which is always backed by popular demand and is certainly one of the most intriguing. If you imagine walking into an art gallery, whether you are an art lover or not, as the case might be, I mean, it's certainly one of the most controversial subjects, isn't it? I mean, what one person considers as art, another doesn't necessarily. But modern art, again, probably one of the most controversial genres, I suppose. It is quite dynamic and striking, and in particular, your Impressionist art. Now, this is Mother Nature's take, in my eyes, of Impressionist art, where you can actually see those very dramatic shards running through the centre, often forming asterisms and star-like inclusions through the depth of the gemstone, not just across the surface, but you actually get that kind of two-dimensional shape and design. This gem is always one of the most intriguing. My own mother said to me, and this is going back a couple of months ago or so, but she actually said to me, Ellen, I've bought myself a golden rutile quartz, and my exact words were, I don't blame you, because it is a very exciting gemstone, and you get to know your gem's personalities. You get to know whether it be an emerald, a ruby, a sapphire, a diamond. You get to know their characteristics, I suppose, a bit like humans do, and fall in love with those individualities. This is one of the most complex gemstones. So if you imagine it as a personality, it's going to take you a long time to really understand the depths of it. Because a golden rutile quartz, you'll have differing dimensions, differing levels throughout the course of it. Those dramatic shards, which are often referred to as angel hair or Cupid's arrows, which I think is fascinating. I love that sort of connection. Is very, very angelic, but at the same time striking. You can almost imagine lightning, if you like, going on within the gemstone. You can sort of incorporate those heavenly associations to it. Now, it is totally and utterly natural. You need to have crystal clear clarity, and you've certainly got clarity here to really appreciate those golden rutilations running through. Rutile quartz can be monochromatic, and it can also be these these stunning sort of golden and crisp clarities. But it's a rare opportunity that I get to bring you one of this amazing size. You think of liquid gold, you think of luxury instantaneously, and I'm not surprised that I have got collectors straight away on the phone lines, because it does tend to be a gemstone that we as collectors, as lovers, if you've seen it previously before and you own it, you have the privilege of owning it, you'll pounce on it straight away. If you've never actually got this gemstone home and never seen it for all of its individualities, and I guess it's different dimensions, then I would strongly encourage that. Can you see those angel hairs or rutilations running through? Can you see those incredible impressions that they can create? Can you see the difference between those golden like colours to even sort of chocolatey hues coming through? Just one of those suspended on some gold-plated findings, or whichever. I mean, you're the jewellery makers, you're probably way more inspired and way more skilled than I am, but just the quality of these gemstones, it doesn't need to be hugely complex. I've got a text message here. Sorry, I can't see on the screen. Can we just... Joanne Keith Ness, I find golden rutile quartz fascinating. What are the golden strands made of, please? This strand is fabulous. Rutile quartz, it can be. Have you ever heard of rutilated tourmaline? This is quartz, so you've got quartz running through the centre of another quartz gemstone, so you can have different gemstones creating those rutilations within. It's making it one of the most complex to facet. Because if you think about your rutilated tourmaline, which I've probably brought to wear, gosh, literally a handful of times, as a lapidus, because there are different refractive indexes, etc., to actually faceting the gemstone is highly complex. Just to clarify, these rutiles, the rutile quartz, is still quartz as a gemstone, but those shards have actually been formed within. So it is absolutely fascinating. We're going to bring that price tag in because straight away lots of you are there. There's nothing quite like it. It's very dramatic. It's quite angelic. Do you agree, Prue?
Totally. It's something I hadn't come across before I came on Jewellery Maker. Yeah. And I absolutely love it. It's that magical quality.
It
really
is, isn't it? Yes. You can kind of imagine, if you are particularly religious, and I'm not saying one way or the other, but you can almost imagine sort of the gates of heaven and the gold running through sort of the breaks in the clouds, can't you?
Lovely. Yes, definitely.
It's kind of angelic in that kind of way. Should be £32.95, not your price tag, however. We're going to bring it to you at the lowest ever price tag. Oh, it's not a small reduction. That's a third off straight away. Totally and utterly natural. Totally natural. Those shards have not been inserted into this gemstone. Mother Nature has created those, and they capture and play with the light like you wouldn't believe. Oh, this is stunning and mesmerising. It's a gemstone which I literally can't stop looking at, and the dimensions, because if you just single one out, and I tell you what, I'm going to single this one out because it's just appealing to me. If you single one out, notice how it's not just across the surface. If I just slightly tilt it like so, look out there, you can actually see them through the widths and the depths. It's fascinating. I've got multi-buyers getting involved. Well done to every single one of you. Suri, Beryl, Sue, Rosalane, Belinda, Surrey, Janet, you're with me as well on those phone lines. It's just glorious. Congratulations to you. I've got to move on because we've got much to bring you in throughout the course of the hour. Moving on to one of my favourites. One of my absolute favourites. Oh gosh, this is not small. I really want this strand. What is it about green onyx?
It's beautiful, isn't it? The richness of the colour.
It is
so pretty, but that's a very pretty cut, and the way it hangs just on that simple strand like that is lovely.
Just restranded like this.
Yes.
Prue, I always think about the fact, you can't describe green onyx quite as well as you could other gemstones, like with your peridot, it's all chartreuse, with your emeralds, it's, you know, an intensity, a saturation. With onyx, it's not opaque, it has got a certain amount of translucency behind it, but it tends to almost have a soul. Do you know what I mean? I sound like I'm getting very deep and heavy right now, but it glows. It's like it is alive with activity. Gorgeous strand, superb quality. Absolutely, that comes from somebody who's already enjoying this gorgeous strand. These are the biggest that I've seen of green onyx, and I don't know how long. I mean, they're big, beautiful pendants, top drilled. I love it on so many levels. Perhaps it's because the secondary hues are there's a bluish hue behind it.
Yes, and I think very kind to the skin, that colour as well, actually.
I totally agree. All different skin tones it's going to match as well, isn't it? Whether you're dark, whether you're olive skin, whether you're fair like myself, it's very complementary. And lots of designers use onyx for that very reason. It holds on to colour in an incredible way. And does radiate almost, it's a want of a better word. I'm absolutely stunned that this hasn't already been an on-screen sellout. Maybe it's because I'm looking at thinking, well, I love it, so why doesn't, I'm sure, I imagine everybody to love it as much as I do. This is not selling as fast as I initially thought it would. How many have we got of these, Kimbo? We've only got, okay, so we've only got 28 of them available in the world. Well, it will sell out. It should be, incredibly, £24.95. I'll count all the pendants for you. For 260 carats of this gorgeous gemstone. That glow is just incredible. If you've managed to get green onyx in the past, I would keep this as a sort of one gemstone piece. £14.95.
That's amazing. And it's a very useful size of stone there, because you can use them independently if you want to, but they're not too big to use all together as well. And so as a designer, that's a very useful strand to have, because you can take it and then you go whichever way you want to.
You could really go to town or tone it down somewhat.
Simple chain, simple kumihimo rope and one on, or go to town and have them all on.
17 on here for £14.95. Given the fact that I love this gemstone as much as I do, I would totally go all out and sort of layer them all in with some nuggets, green onyx nuggets or whatever, rondelles. I don't think you'd need anything else. I don't think you'd need a single other piece of jewellery. This will be the focal point. That's working out at pennies per gemstone, so well done to every single one of you. Lisa, Michelle, Linda, Kathleen, Catherine, Diane, County Atrium, Dorothy, you're there. Susan, you've got yours. Antonia, Maureen, Mary, good luck. I've got nearly a sellout. Well done. I need to move on. I'm actually envious because I really want to get that strand myself. I really do. I always miss out on the green onyx strands because Kim puts them into the show because she knows I love them so much. No, don't apologise. But it does mean that I always miss out on them. That's just gorgeous. Moving on to... Oh! If you missed out on the bundle earlier, which did sell out, and oh well, there we are, Linda Brumwell will have missed out as well. Brummy, if you're watching right now, look at these plain rounds. 370 carats, and you've got 12 millimetres of beautiful espresso-rich coffee tones with that flash of champagne running through these exquisite smoky quartz, crystal clear clarity, and whilst when you think of quartz, it comes in so many different variations of colours, you still want that clarity, which is so rare and only actually discovered in a few different locations around the world. There's just... Linda's right, and I'm sure you agree, Prue. This is a really classy way of wearing a dark colour, but toning down maybe black ever so slightly.
Yes, because black can be harsh on the skin, really. I mean, it's always very dramatic, but it can be harsh. Smoky quartz never is. It always tones in beautifully with you and whatever you're wearing.
I agree. I really do agree. And it's going to work with so many different gemstones as well, isn't it?
And it's very good for a present as well, because if you don't quite know what people wear, you're hedging your bets a little bit there as well. So
absolutely. And a versatile shape, wearable shape, which is going to appreciate all different ages will wear this.
Definitely.
I certainly would, and I know my mum certainly would.
Yes,
I imagine my niece
I do,
would.
yep.
You wear it, absolutely. Because it's a wearable piece of jewellery, if you just literally knotted in between, maybe with some of your Eslon thread, maybe some champagne injected in there, Eslon thread, would look incredible. And just a yellow gold clasp or whatever. It's just a beautiful finished piece of jewellery, and one which you could wear day or night.
Yes, or for a younger look, bright red Eslon. So it's the same technique, but you get a completely different look. Completely
transforming, absolutely. Straight away, lots of you getting involved. Lovely to have your company. We should be bringing this to you apparently in a single figure price tag of £9.95. Just one of those is sizable enough and intense enough to carry a pendant. But if you really want to go all out, and at this price point, why wouldn't you? £6.95 gets you a complete 360-degree neckline piece. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it's a gemstone which we've always loved. And like Linda said earlier on, a national gemstone of Scotland. So the significance of this gemstone, the desirability, the global recognition of Smoky quartz. Because even when we haven't got, I don't know, the most extensive gemstone knowledge, a Smoky quartz gemstone tends to be recognised for its rarity, especially when it's beautiful clarity like so. Do check out their web bidders. It's a busy afternoon with us. We've been busy throughout the course of the morning, and I don't think that's ever going to stop, especially at prices like this. Lots of you, in fact, everybody that has confirmed so far has multi-bought. Well done. Angela, Isabel, Lincolnshire, Nicola, New Buyers London, you're with me as well. Congratulations to every single one of you. And again, there's so many different gemstones that will go with Smoky quartz.
Yes, I would struggle to find one that didn't. I don't think there is one that doesn't.
Okay, that's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, well, one certainly doesn't jump into my mind.
No. Everything goes with it. Everything. So I was thinking of something which is very close to Smoky quartz colour. That, like, okay, so the closer, maybe that might contrast. Thinking blacks. Well, even black goes with it.
Or a tiger's eye even. So
tiger's
you
eye.
get the contrast, the different sort of effects, really, but same tones.
Amazing. Well done. Got to move on. Got to move on because I have got... Yes. Oh, now I've not seen this colour. This is really cool. In fact, I've never seen this gemstone look like I'm about to show you. Think of an emerald. Think of an emerald, and you're about to see visually something which is very, very similar, particularly Brazilian emerald. Have you ever seen... Oh, they're graduated as well. Have you ever seen a quartz like so?
Never, never. That's
Aren't
stunning.
they gorgeous?
Yes.
Let me just hold one out because it is a double strand. I can see Prue leaning forward to check this out. They're amazing, Prue, aren't they?
Lovely.
They look like Brazilian emeralds.
Yes, they're sort of the best of emeralds, malachite, all those greenstones rolled into one.
That is the best definition I've heard. It really is, because you've got malachite greens in there. Absolutely, you've kind of got that mottled effect, I suppose. You've got the stunning graduation that you're looking at here. So I would simply re-knot them. There's no need to do anything other than that. But obviously, that's your choice. I've never seen quartz looks like it is.
No.
So amazing. 2 strands, and you've got 170 carats of your shaded green quartz here. Beautiful opportunities to get hold of something that little bit different. Quartz, yes, we can bring you on a daily basis, and we do bring you on a daily basis here at Jewellery Maker, but quartz, which has got I can't think of a better way of describing it other than similarities to maybe a Brazilian emerald. And the combination, as you said, Prue, of malachite in there, the warmth that you get maybe from your green onyx, it's ticking all of those boxes, isn't it?
And to have 2 strands like that, you can do a fun thing like make a necklace for yourself and for a close friend. Or for 2 people you know are close friends, make them one each. And it is fun to do that.
That is lovely, yeah. Sort of a friendship, sort of connection behind it. Wow, double strand opportunity. Gosh, we're busy this afternoon. Let's bring that price tag in. Oh my goodness, this is just absurd. For the 2 now. Can you imagine some mustard in there?
That's a lovely idea, yes, yes.
Knotted in between, just some mustard Eslon. would be amazing. Look at those colours, and I really like that sentiment. One for you, one for your friend, or for your mum, or either or. It's only cost you £3.50.
Exactly.
For genuine gemstones. They're a 42 centimetre strand. The graduation is from 5 right the way up to 13 centimetre. That's the one which obviously takes the centre stage there. But it's that mottled texture effect. It's quite fern-like, I suppose, quite organic. If you think about a rich, abundant forest, if you think about the intensities of the foliage and the different tones of foliage, then this has got distinct similarities to that. You almost get the warmth, you know, that slight, I don't want to say white because it's not white obviously, but the lighter shades of green can be sort of where the light is sort of influencing the darker tones. Again, lots of you there, congratulations to every single one of you. I have got people multi-buying. Did I hear, Kim? Lots and lots and lots of multi-buys. Well done, well done, well done. Moving on to... oh, box 5. Oh, these are lovely. Who's thinking about Valentine's Day? Who started making pieces of jewellery for Valentine's Day? If you're thinking, my goodness, Al, it's only just been Christmas, please forgive me, but believe me, there are jewellery makers where this is their business as well. So we like to try and, you know, be ahead of the game as well. These are going to be beautiful. All of these wonderful headpins with little love hearts. See those? Little love hearts. They are beautiful, aren't they? Just that flash of lustre and all of that versatility to make so many different rosary links. What would you do with these, Prue?
Well, actually, in the kits that I'm showing later on, I'm using a lot of fancy headpins, and I think that's something, again, since I've been at Jewellery Maker, I've seen all these wonderful headpins, and suddenly you start to have all different ideas. There's a way of finishing off your kumihimo with them.
Yeah.
Any of those rounds that we've seen already, those smoky quartz, just you put them on make them into a charm.
Yeah, they look lovely like
make
that,
a beautiful
don't they?
charm bracelet, and then as you move, you'd see those little hearts flashing. It'd be lovely.
They're really, they sort of raise a smile, don't they? Because it's taken jewellery and it's just, I don't know, putting something friendly into it, not just being something beautiful, but having that romance and friendly aspect behind. You've got 300 here, so this is a triple pack opportunity. A triple pack opportunity, so it's a lot of decorative headpins. That's a lot of Valentine's jewellery. You don't have to use it for Valentine's Day, obviously, but will absolutely work perfectly for that. And I don't think you're going to be buying headpins for a long time. One thing I should point out is if I hold it like so, you can actually see the length. That's 50 millimetres, so 5 centimetres in its length. Don't waste it. If you don't want to use that full length of the actual headpin, you can always use it for rosary links or something like that.
Absolutely, just pop them in a pot for your scrap wires, and you'll definitely use them up in the yes,
without doubt. Again, very, very busy. Haven't brought many findings throughout the course of the morning. Should be £17.85. You know what Kim's been up to this morning. You know the kind of deals. This is the first findings pack that I've actually brought you today. £9.95. 300 headpins for less than £10.
And it sounds like a lot, but you know, you do get through headpins, and,
and
you often buy them in very small quantities. So, and it's so frustrating when you run out of these things. So I think that gives you lots of opportunity to experiment, try some new ideas, and not run out. Absolutely. And you saw Linda earlier on today, and she was saying, I haven't got any wire, so she actually used featherweight headpins as an alternative to create a wrap loop. There's nothing stopping you doing that as well here. So maybe making the decorative feature of your headpin, and you could create sort of wrap loops with the bottom part, or continue the actual finished piece. I absolutely love it. I tell you what I've seen, and it might have been one of your designs actually, Prue, was these actually just threaded into a kumihimo braid. Yes, absolutely, and it's a very quick and easy technique, and a way of getting gemstones into your kumihimo because they're bigger sizes that you'd normally braid in, and perfect with that decorative head, that little heart. Yeah, really lovely. Well done to every single one of you. You have done it. Congratulations. Moving up, I can't physically get them all back in there, can I? I'm going to have to put them there because they're not going back in.
Sorry, what did you say, Kim? I've got them, but can I contest? These aren't teal. These are, for me, Paracord blue. These aren't teal. Teal is. Sometimes there's a mix in communications, but you agree they're not teal?
Well,
I would call those
they're
more
a bit
of
lighter maybe than teal normally.
turquoisey Paracord blue.
Whatever they are, they're lovely.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Horses for courses, I suppose. Triple trouble here. You've got, yeah, okay. There is light teal. It does say light teal, I suppose. So okay, I'll take that. But there's a very intense, gorgeous, sort of Caribbean style blue behind these. You can imagine crystal clear water. You can imagine sort of the sun on your skin. There's a warmth behind them. We were talking earlier on, Prue, that that 2016 is the year of Baroque pearls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those organic shapes, those sort of keshis. The more sort of obscure they are, the more desired they are, shall we say. Whenever an article, and it doesn't even have to be one of the biggest sort of, I don't know, blogs, newspapers, magazines in the world, whenever they start writing about, okay, this is going to be big this season, they've got it from somewhere, usually from the catwalk or some of the big high-end designers. And what will follow swiftly? The price tag, of course. Now they are staggering size, 12 by 10 millimeters, so going up to double millimeter sizes. They're going to be what? Sorry. All three. Mm-hmm. 1995.
That's amazing.
Step back in time. 3 years from when I was upstairs in the Jewellery Maker office, I would have expected one of these strands to be that price tag, and this would really be a sort of £60 bundle. 1995 for all of these big, beautiful, sizable cultured pearls. It's incredibly busy, and I love their obscurities. I love the fact that they are all individual. It's like you and I, that's their characters, that's their personalities.
Definitely, and they're always lovely in a bracelet, so you can look at them the whole time as well and enjoy each individual
100%.
pearl.
Would you knot these and just keep them in a sort of bracelet, or would you maybe put them on stretchy?
Well, you know, with that many, you can do all sorts of things.
All sorts.
And that's the great joy of getting a bundle like that you can really play around, try something a little bit unusual, try something a bit more classic. They'd look beautiful with the smoky quartz, wouldn't they?
Oh, they would look incredible.
Or just with a little spacer bead in between, or as you say, start playing around with coloured knots.
Love it.
Fabulous.
Absolutely adore that. £20 only. Hello to you, Norma, Diane, Nicola, Northamptonshire. You're with me as well. Amazing to be with you. Stay on those phone lines. Now, we have been spoilt somewhat with pearls earlier throughout the course of the morning. So, for example, we had the black pearls. Which we will be recapping a little bit later on. So again, look how they work. We brought you the keshi pearls. Again, look how they work. The diamonds even, which we opened the show with. They just work absolutely amazingly with. Free phone telephone number. Make those confirmations as soon as we possibly can. Congratulations, moving on, because we have got opportunities of... Oh gosh, it's been weeks. It's been weeks. Totally and utterly natural. You know, earlier on today, I was saying that less than obvious gemstones I would recommend investing in sooner rather than later, especially from this location. Wow. I said Anahi, Ethiopian opal, and I also said London blue topaz. This was another one which was on my top 10. It was a customer that asked me, one who's got one of the most extensive collections, a USA customer, and I said, all of the gemstones which are not so well publicised as being on the verge of depletion. Now, there are rumours that Russian diopside, the mine is either completely and utterly no longer in production. We haven't had confirmation as of yet. We're desperately trying to find that out. or there's also rumours that the Russian diopside mine has been purchased by one Chinese dealer who's bought the entire global rights. But at best, it was only ever mined approximately 2 to 3 months of the entire year. This is what we often call the $1 million emerald, because this gemstone has got high refraction, way beyond that of any emerald, an intensity of colour which is not treated in any way, shape or form, incredible clarity. We have got less, how many did you say of these, Kim? 15 of these available in the world. Weeks, months can go past before I see another Russian diopside, and I highly doubt that we have got any other opportunities quite like this available within our vault. I'm not saying we'll never be able to bring you Russian diopside again. However, I do think if we fast forward in time, and it's my personal opinion that those moments, those opportunities are becoming less and less and less and less and less. Straight away, Angela, Katrina, Bev, Veronica, Sarah, Maureen, Rosalane. I'm not surprised that you're all there, and I'm not surprised many of you have already chosen to make those confirmations. This price, I don't know what it's going to, but my producer is saying it isn't. Are you serious? This could be a 3-figured strand. It could be. It's not. It really isn't. £24.95.
I wasn't expecting that.
No. Prue, when I first started in this business, when I first started with shopping, television, and as you know, working with the Bennett family, we used to be able to bring Russian diopside in showcases on a regular basis. I absolutely know that, well, my own experience, they have become as probably, if we take into consideration the past year, I don't know, 365 days just gone, I've probably bought you as many chrome diopside as I have quad A tanzanites. It's that seldom seen, and I think that's only going to get less and less and less. It's gone. Well done, well done, well done, well done. If you moved on, if you missed out on that, then I have got not more chrome diopside, unfortunately, but I have got a beautiful, luxurious, high-end, valuable, arguably one of the most valuable gemstones on the planet, and that is, of course, your wonderful emerald. Do you know what I adore about this? Not only the fact that it's natural, but you have got almost all different colours of the globe. You've got from Colombian-esque greens, you've got Brazilian-esque greens, you've got Zambian greens in there, and intensities and saturations, so it's going to appeal to the absolute masses. For example, one person that loves a Colombian emerald might not necessarily appreciate a Brazilian emerald because different locations offer different things. This strand is giving you all of those different combinations. Can you see that? Ultimately, this is a type 3 gemstone. You're not looking for clarity, you're looking for the intensity of colour. The more intense, the more vivacious those saturations are, the more valuable your emerald is. I never thought I would own emerald, and I've got a huge amount to be thankful for Jewellery Maker, because they have made emerald part of my collection, and it's one of my absolute favourites. But it's also undeniable as well. Don't you agree, Prue?
Yeah, everybody knows that, yes, from a little child you know what an emerald is.
You do,
yes.
Don't you? And I love that. I love the fact that I don't know, probably have you got a little girl at home, or have you got a niece or a granddaughter or a friend's daughter who, I don't know, is approximately what, 4 or 5? I reckon I knew what an emerald was at 4 or 5.
Yes, definitely.
Do you know, I'm going to tell you a story, a confession now, Prue. My mum was an emerald, but I might have lost my mum's first engagement ring. And my response when my mum was desperately trying to find her engagement ring was, I put it. To this day, my mum does not know where I put it.
Oh, I put it, I like that.
But the reason why I'm telling you that is I was drawn to gemstones from a very young age, because you recognise, don't you, that they are rare and beautiful. Yeah. Emeralds, sapphires, rubies, whichever it might be. Yeah, I think she's forgiven me now. I think so. 30 odd years on, she might have forgiven me. But yeah, she said, all you'd say to me, Eleanor, was I put it. But you did confess that you had actually been, you'd been in my jewellery box. And yeah, who knows? Someone would have ended up with a wonderful sapphire ring. Yeah, it's the colours that we do recognise. That definite emerald green. Well, it's something. It's a colour on the colour chart, isn't it?
Yes. And if you have an emerald ring, it is lovely to wear, say, a bracelet with the whole range of the emerald colour. So you get that. You have the ring of the one colour, but you have all the other colours there.
And how many people have got a full emerald bracelet? How many? Very few and far between. Let's bring that price tag in for you. Totally and utterly natural. How... I was not expecting a price tag to start anywhere near this. I was more thinking sort of $37.95. You've got, I'm not saying they are from these localities, but you've got vivacious Colombian-esque greens here, then you've got the more intense Brazilian, and you've got Zambian hues. Every pound, every penny that we can take off, we absolutely have. $14.95 for natural emerald. If we think of rubies, emeralds and sapphires, they generally are gemstones which can suffer with quite a lot of opaque characteristics. That's absolutely fine, but these have got, and often are quite heavily included. This is what we call a type 3 gemstone, so those inclusions are absolutely accepted and expected, and it doesn't deter the value. But to influence and enhance the diaphanity, an emerald is often fissure filled. This needed none of that. $14.95 only. Well done to every single one of you. Got to move on. You've done it. You've done it. Congratulations. I need to move on. Moving on to... Oh, yes.
Ooh, that's so sparkly.
Why are you oh goodnessing, Kimbo? Not the amethyst of this. Are you kidding? My own personal recommendation, if you adore your amethyst and you love that really intense, I call it chocolatey purple, which is, again, the most sought after, the most valuable of your amethysts, be on those phone lines. Have we got quantity of these, Kimbo? There are just under 100, 92 to be exact, but I think every single one of those 92 will go. You're going to want to add this to your order just ahead of next month, which is obviously its birthstone, but amethyst is a gemstone again. We all recognise, even from a young age, I think we recognise amethyst, one of the world's most pleochroic. My personal recommendation, be on those phone lines. Webbitters, be ready, poised and waiting to check out those baskets, because whilst there is 92, which might sound like a significant quantity, it's actually not. I actually think that it's going to... I haven't looked at my call screen as of yet, but I'm absolutely certain there is going to be collectors who've already made those allocations. Has it got that depth of saturation? Have you got that warm, rich, regal purple that comes from amethyst as a strand, as a gemstone rather, faceted rounds and faceted to perfection from 6 to 9 millimeters. You can see the gorgeous flashes of luster across the exterior. You've got the warmth of pinks coming through from its pleochroism, its secondary hues. You've also got that depth of purple which we ultimately aspire to. Are you on those phone lines? Have you had a chance to go and quickly grab the phone? Are you with me, poised and waiting with that index finger over the mouse? I hope so, because if you're not, this is why I'm saying that. I don't want, in the essence of health and safety, I don't want any accidents, any rushing to the phone lines. But there is most definitely going to be a surge. It's the first amethyst with this deep purple that I've brought you throughout the course of the day. I brought you amethyst earlier on in a bundle, which was more of a Rose de France hue. Chopard, Van Cleef & Arpels, Kiki MacDonald are all using this intense purple within their fabulous designs and doing so in huge abundance. Just wow, Emily says in West Midlands. I totally agree with you, Emily. That's 2 words. absolutely epitomises everything about it. It's classic beauty, and it's that classic amethyst purple. Do you agree, Pri?
I do, definitely, and I think it would make such a wonderful present for someone who's got a special birthday coming up in February.
Yes.
You know, a 21st and 18th. It's a special thing.
It is.
And I think most probably for a necklace, but also you can use graduated strands for bracelets as well. Just sort of chop
I love
them
a
up a
graduated
bit.
bracelet.
Yes, either leave it graduated or have them around so you've got big, small to give a quite sort of contemporary young look. So there's so much you can do with that.
What's your favourite choice of findings with your amethyst? Because me, I love rose gold with it.
Yes,
But it goes with any.
It does go with any. I probably would put gold with it, actually.
Yeah.
But that's the great thing, that everyone would choose something different. So there's no right or wrong.
No,
with it. Whatever you've got will work.
Absolutely. You can take a gemstone and put it with silver and it cools it ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Put it with gold and it's very
Yes.
regal and intense. Put it with some rose gold, then maybe it's a little bit more, I don't know, feminine,
Yes.
a little bit more contemporary. This should be £14.95. Should be. The reason why I did say be on those phone lines is because the quality, the consistency, the faceting, the clarity, all of those C's are without shadow of a doubt there. £9.95. Pat, Kathleen, Tatiana, even if you hadn't pressed your option 1, that's why I wanted you to have dialed and hopefully have been at the front of the phone lines. Annette, Paula, Belinda, Valerie, Angela, Norma in Hampshire. This is a gemstone which, and the Telegraph wrote a fantastic article which I want you to read if you've not read it. The Telegraph, and this is going back for, I think it was last year. If you enter into the search engine site and if you've got a pen at the ready, Telegraph, purple rain. Now it's not rain as in the weather, as in returning to your rightful rain. Read that article. It's one of the most beautifully worded, and it talks about all different designers. It talks about the First Lady, Kiki McDonald, Chopard, Van Cleef & Arpels, many up and coming designers as well, who are all favouring amethyst within their collections, I suppose, and it's all about that intense purple. Multi-buyers, well done to you. Annette, Paula, Belinda, Norma, Antonia, Pat, Valerie, you've done it. Myra, Veronica, Louise, you're there. Kent, London getting involved, congratulations to you. It's a versatile strand. It's not complex. It's not going to sort of boggle your mind in any way. How do I do this? You just work with the gemstones in my eyes.
Yes, and at that price, it can sit and wait until the right moment as well.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, less than a single figure price tag for one of the most recognised gems on the planet. Well done. Moving on. Okay, earlier on today I brought you a bundle of faceted fire opal. I think it's sold out. Look at that.
That's gorgeous.
And we were talking about the importance of colours and the importance of diaphanity. I've got less than 50. There's 20 of these available. Look at the diaphanity, even with the small sizes that you're getting here. It just reminds me of sort of volcanic activity, which is everything that a fire opal should be, especially from this wonderful location. There are 20 of them available, and again, straight away, instantaneously, collectors on those phone lines. Warmth, fiery, passionate gemstone. It's one of the most passionate gems out there. I noticed, and let me just lay this out ever so slightly so I can sort of feed it across the hand. Let's just start from this angle. Look at how the graduation and the actual colour contrast has already been done for you. Can you see that? So you've got the intense reds, then it goes to the white, then it slightly warms up, it's hotting up, it's hotting up, it's hotting up throughout the course of this strand. You can see it there. It's all done for you, isn't it? I love that. I would restrand it, layer it up, perfect for the summer.
I'd kumihimo it.
You'd kumihimo it?
Yeah, yes, chips are beautiful for kumihimo.
What colours would you use?
I'd just do them all together.
Oh, you'd kumihimo all gemstones?
Together, yes. It's a wonderful effect. You probably need to use beading thread to get through the holes in those, but you get a wonderful effect.
How many strands would you need?
You can do 7 or 8. There's a 7-strand cord or an 8-strand cord. I'd use either of those, and it'd be absolutely gorgeous. And you can either mix all the colours together or try to keep the graduation the same. So you put the same colours along the 8 strands.
That would just be incredible.
Fabulous. That's what I'd do.
This should be £16.95. That's a lot of natural fire opal. it's gonna sell out for certainly. I love that idea, Prue. I love that, especially if you can try and keep hold of that graduation.
Yes, and it'd be easy to do. Yes.
Would it?
Yes, yes. You just organise yourself. Get organised. Get all your cords out.
A bit of forward planning.
Yes.
A little bit of forward planning, and you can do that. Well done to you, Sally, Veronica, Maureen, Belinda, Norma. You've done it. We only had 20. Excuse me. And it will most definitely sell out. Staffordshire, very close. Margaret, you're very close. We have got web bidders checking out. Beryl, congratulations to you. It's not a case of will, it will. It's not, no, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's not a case of will it sell out, it's when will it sell out. That's what I was trying to get at. I was up very, very, very early this morning, and there is such a thing as baby brain, and I've definitely got that. Claire, congratulations. Rosalind, you've done it. Marjorie and Elizabeth, well done to you. USA getting involved as well, which is one of the most recognised locations of producing this gemstone. Well done. Moving on to... I'm really excited to bring this to you. Now, emerald, a type 3 gemstone. Tourmaline is a type 3 gemstone. Type 3 is expected to have inclusions. It's not the inclusions that are of concern, as long as that intensity of colour is there. I had a sneaky peek at this strand earlier on, just because I was speaking to a gentleman called Yanni, one of the most internationally renowned gem hunters, works very closely alongside Steve Bennett, and he was telling me that good quality, not even your extra fine quality, but good quality tourmaline can and does, and he's an American gentleman, and he actually said, he was talking in dollars, can and does fetch in excess of 750 dollars per carat. I'm not saying that's what this will be valued at, but you've definitely got beautiful clarity here, and definitely got that intensity of colours. Next time that you are on one of those well-known search engine sites, just enter in designer tourmaline jewellery, and you will see big, globally renowned boutique jewellers using tourmaline and retailing it at thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. I have got a big quantity. Olive greens, intense beautiful pinks, you've got champagne-y tones in there. This gemstone, which is believed to have fallen from a rainbow through the sky, and that's how it absorbs all these wonderful colours. Yeah, I love the sentiment behind that. Totally and utterly natural. Again, tourmaline produces some of the rarest gemstones on this entire planet. Rubellite, which has got that definite pink. I'm seeing beautiful pinks here. Paracord tourmalines and indicolite, which I mentioned just previously. So the fact that you have got rubellite-esque tones, I'm not saying they definitely are, but can we just draw our attention to this one here? And in fact, let me hold it out. Look at that intense. See the one I'm referring to? Well, two actually, next to one another. And it's like that throughout there again. You see that? Really intense pinks within this gorgeous strand, and that is some of the rarest to get in this gorgeous gemstone. I have got, did I hear you say we've got a triple figure quantity of this? Wow, just over 100 of these available. Going back to what you were saying before, Prue, this if you buy multi-strands, one of the most incredible tourmaline necklaces. Oh, fabulous, fabulous. And for anyone who's bought my Micro Kumihimo DVD, and a lot of people have, I do make a bracelet using tourmaline chips. So wow. I would strongly recommend that. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? Because you get all those colours together. You really do. Really it's a gemstone, you know that it is what it is as soon as you see it. Yes. I mean, the clarity that you've got here, the intensities of green and, as you can see, glistening sunshine yellows and pinks coming through. You've definitely got rubellite-esque tones. It is a staggeringly rare gemstone. And again, I would personally be thinking, right, I'm going to multi-buy on this opportunity, and I'm going to really create a big showcase tourmaline piece. I could, in fact, I know in the past, over the festive period, I think I've only ever brought you this strand of tourmaline, and that's it. And you only need a small section to maybe do some channel setting or something like that. Apparently this should be £9.95. Lowest price point coming your way. I've got 108 of these available, or rather I did. Gail's bought 2, well done. Tatiana, you, Leah, Rosemary, Susan, you've got yours. I've got Lincolnshire, Catherine, Maureen, Louise and Elizabeth. $6.95. Prue, going back to what you were saying, how many would you need to create that big Kumihimo chunky style necklace?
Right, let me think. I think a strand like that would make a whole necklace, and probably, because you probably wouldn't want it round the back of your neck, so you'd really want it on the front, and I think it would probably make 2 bracelets.
Wow.
So, yes, so it would go a long way because you've got so many individual pieces on there.
Can you believe this is $6.95?
No, I can't. I think it's a wonderful price. And the other thing to remember about multicoloured strands like that is sometimes you're making something and you just need a particular colour of a little spacer here and there. And when you look at these strands like this, you will probably find that colour there.
Yeah,
because there's
100%.
so many colours
Absolutely,
there.
because here, you look, especially on this shot now, you can see, look, oh gosh, there's like sort of chrome diopside greens in there. There's definite canary yellows coming through. When it's laid across the back of my hand, that might not be quite so obvious, but yeah, when you actually see a Paraiba colours within as well. Now, I'm not saying that they are definitely Paraiba tourmalines, but you've got a really rare gemstone which is so incredibly complex, and it is the most complex of gemstones. I physically couldn't write out the actual chemical composition of this gemstone. It would just look like, well, it's gobbledygook to me. It's just loads and loads of chemicals off the periodic table thrown at a chalkboard, if you like. It's so complex, and I find that fascinating when you're thinking about what had to be present under different temperatures, different moments in time. All of those chemicals had to be there. So on that basis, it's understandable that it can be some of the rarest gemstones on the planet. Well done. Congratulations to every single one of you. I'm going to bring you now, I think with this strand just, you need to get, well, it's a bit bossy that, isn't it? Sorry, I don't mean to sound bossy. I think it would be amazing if you had diamonds. Oh. But if you weren't with me on New Year's Day, I forgive you. I understand. Holiday, busy, places to be, people to see. You'd have missed out on the most affordable diamond opportunity that I've ever brought in the history of Jewellery Maker. Recapping, 200 plus went on that first opportunity on New Year's Day. We've got the remaining quantity. We brought them earlier this morning, and again, a big sizable chunk actually went. It is down to the final few now. 9 carats of dramatic, rough diamonds. I'm going to say it. It's not just a little bit. It's not just a little bit under £20. I still have 30 or nearly 30 in baskets. I don't know why you're hesitating. I genuinely don't, and I mean this with the greatest of possible respect. The price cannot possibly get any better than this, and it just defies belief. If I'd have said to you, I don't know, 6 months ago, a year ago, that we'd be able to bring you black diamonds at less than £20, I doubt any of us would have ever imagined that that was going to be possible, especially of this amazing size. I mean, they're not tiny individual chips. They're big, sizable black diamonds, going right the way up to 5 by 2 millimeters. I was talking about the huge celebrity Hollywood A-lister following that rough diamonds actually have, and let's be honest, they can afford whatever price tags they wish, can't they? Often they don't even pay for the pieces of jewellery that they are actually pictured in. They're gifted as a form of advertising. Rough diamonds are most definitely being used by big designers just because they have got that contemporary quirky angle behind them. Can you believe, Prue, that this is going under 20?
I can't. No, I can't. I can't wait to see.
And not just by a few pennies. Not just by a few pennies. Norma, Glenda, well done. Stephanie, Maureen, Adele, Anna Lee, Isabel, Manchester, Hampshire, London, $17.95. You know, there are moments in our lives where and I'm a big believer of this, I'm a massive believer of this, we regret the things that we don't do more than the things that we do. And we regret the things that we don't buy as well, don't we? I mean, I've certainly got things I think, why on earth didn't I get that? Seize this opportunity. And gemstones do tend to sort of stick with me, most definitely. Diamonds, 9 carats of this amazing size, 10 centimetres worth of beautiful diamonds, which will go such a long way at £17.95. I mean, you can't even buy a pair of shoes for most retailers at that price tag, let alone something that is going to last you forever. Francesca, well done. Joanna, Pauline, Eve, Manchester, you're there as well. Maureen, Derbyshire, you've got yours. Congratulations to you. Tatiana in London, I can see you showing interest on the web as well. You do need those confirmations. I think this is going to be the last appearance, last chance for you to get hold of your black diamond at this price tag, so well done to every single one of you. Now, earlier on as well, brought you, gosh, rarity of black diamonds of that size. Now straight into your gorgeous black pearls. Maybe because of the Tahitian connotations and connections, maybe because of, you know, that big Hollywood film, maybe because it's a very versatile way of wearing this gorgeous gemstone, but still not sacrificing the pearlescence that you'll get across the exterior. We launched this beautiful strand. We're going back to sort of 2016, the year of Baroque pearls, at £5.95. We had a massive quantity, a huge opening opportunity to bring these to you, and we were talking about just how high gloss they are, just how highly the orientation, just how reflective they are across the surface of those pearls, and how if you just, you know, really get close and personal with them, you see flashes of greens, and then they'll change, they'll metamorphosize to your aubergine tones coming through. 0800 644 655 is the number to call, and be on those phone lines. I can quickly, because lovely Zena is literally hanging in the wings. Hi, how are you, Zena? There she is. She's a vision in pink.
Yeah, baby.
She's lovely in pink.
Yeah, I just mouthed to you how lovely you
Oh,
look.
did you? Was that? I didn't hear what you said.
I said you look nice.
Oh, thanks.
It's all right.
Do you know what else is lovely?
Me.
Well, you, absolutely. That's what I was referring to.
Prue.
Absolutely. Peacock pearls.
Oh.
Keshi peacock pearls, more to the point. Oh, look. Look at that combination. Just to avoid confusion, I'm going to take the black pearls out, but I wanted to show them against one another because they work amazingly. Launched today, keshi pearls, embraced because of its organic shapes, its beautiful curves and crevices that you get. Curves are better than corners. Curves are most definitely better than corners. That's what my mum always used to say to me, and I totally and utterly agree. I need to move on in the essence of time. Prue, thank you for joining me in the last hour. You're not going anywhere, my lovely, because you've got Zena who's coming in. I've warmed the seat nicely for you, Zena.
That's lovely.
Yes. I do warm it nicely now.
It's like when you put your dressing gown on the radiators. It's all nice and warm.
Yes. Yes. The derriere has warmed the cushion for you. I'll be back with you. I don't know what I just said. I'll be back with you tomorrow, my darling. You've got lovely Prue coming up next, so have an amazing day.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, But being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
Come and join guest designer Mark Smith with his fantastic DVD Chips and Nuggets with Wire. Mark guides you through everything you need to know to create these stunning pieces. From the tools that you will use to different types of wire and the gorgeous gemstones featured, it's like having a personal tutor in your living room.
Get creating stunning designs in no time at all with this brilliant Introduction to Kumihimo DVD with guest designer Sarah Elvin. These easy to follow steps on this DVD will make you feel like you have your own personal tutor and will show you the best techniques to get you started with this amazing medium. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
I think Labradorite, when you think about it, is as beautiful as a diamond because it gives you, for me, more amazement than a diamond. You look at it and it does something really unexpected, like a lightning bolt.
Labradorite is one of those gemstones from Jewellery Maker that is always going to be a top seller. The Labradorite that you get from Jewellery Maker has got extreme amounts of labradorescence. The colour saturation is just superb, and that's really indicative of the quality that we can get for you here at Jewellery Maker. It seems to reflect your moods as well. Whatever kind of mood you're in, whatever you put it with, it seems to bring out those gorgeous colours, so it really is a true chameleon gemstone.
Hello, my lovelies. Oh, I look a bit summery today, don't I? A bit of, do you like a little something? That's my summer dancing. Did you like it? Did you like it? Did you? Did you like it? Well, thank you to the lovely Eleanor. She has warmed the seat. It's lovely and warm. Oh, it's lovely. It's like it's had a hot water bottle on there. Anyway, I bet you're wondering what. Well, actually, you probably might not be wondering who I'm talking to, because if you were watching earlier and you saw Elle, then you'd have had you've had an hour of this lovely lady. We have got this afternoon, and I'll tell you what. Wait until you see. We're very excited on the first kit coming up because we've got ribbons in this kit that we've never seen before. And when you see the beautiful creations that our lovely Prue has made, and yes, it is Prue of Prue Mahimo fame. Hello, young lady.
Hello.
I said as I came on, you look beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you very much, and so do you.
Very colour coordinated and gorgeous.
Thank you.
See, I need some lessons from you, Prue, because you've come out all lovely top, lovely corresponding with a bit of colour in the cardigan, or probably some trendy word for it. All your jewellery's beautiful, and I can't coordinate.
You always look lovely.
That's very kind of you, but I'm not a girl that can coordinate. I don't have that ability.
Maybe that's a good thing. Coordination can be dull, you know, everything tying in. There are different ways of looking at these things.
Yeah, no, I'd like to be more like you, if that's okay. Yes, so, anyway, can I just tell you, we're going to give a couple of lovely things to get first of all, but you got the chance in literally the next 10 minutes to get your hands on ribbons that we've never had before. Oh, so excuse me. Little sneaky preview there. We've got some Kumihimo findings to go as well. Look at those. We've never had these before. In fact, if I just do that look, I'll do you a tower of brand new, gorgeous ribbon. Look at those. And I tell you what, it's one of those things you don't realise until you see Prue's jewellery how magical these are. And when we told Prue the price of the kit that we were going to, and actually we're going to beat that price, Prue.
Really?
Yeah, the price that we gave you earlier, we're going to beat it by £1 or £2. Amazing. So Prue was very surprised, let's just say. And you've not worked with these before, have you, Prue?
No, I've never seen anything like them.
And
I've really, really enjoyed them. The great thing about a new product is that it gives you something new to explore.
Stimulates,
yes,
yeah, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it sort of gets you.
Yes, so techniques you've been doing for years suddenly look a bit different, and that's what jewellery making is all about, isn't it?
Yeah, it sort of reignites the flame of
Yes.
creativity almost.
Yes.
I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but that's exactly what it does. It does. And when you see Prue's jewellery, you'll be able to see, because I do think the more you enjoy working with something, the more it shows in the jewellery.
Definitely.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
It really does. So I can't wait to show you when you see that transformed. Oh, amazing, amazing. So I'll give you a couple of treats first of all, if that's okay. So we're going to give you a few little treats to get started. While we let Prue have a little setup and get herself all ready, you know, got to get it all ready. Okay, now then, I know it's a lot, but we have got an awful lot here to get through. So if I just show you some of this, because I've got two sets. Here we go. Separate them. There we go. Okay, so in my brain, in my world, I think these are one of the most incredible creations ever. Now, if you are like me and you're one of those people that have ever got a ring stuck on your finger in a shop, and I've done it twice, once particularly bad, and I had the worst panic attack of my life in Portugal with some girlfriends on holiday, and I could not get this ring off. Oh, even now it makes me feel ill. And the hotter you get, the worse you get, the hotter your fingers swell. When you go on an aeroplane, your fingers swell. You can put £3 or £4 on it. Let's face it, that's not hard to do, is it, over the Christmas period? You think your ring size can go up a whole size, just by £3 or £4. But when you get these, and I've got two different designs for you. I'll just show you the two variations. One's more like a stacker ring almost, this twisted one there, and they do go, because stacker rings are bang on trend at the minute, aren't they? These with the lovely 3 loops in the top, and I tell you what, you've only got to add some sort of featherweight headpins onto there with lots of lovely little gems of distinction or Hercule quartz, things like that. I've got one, and it gives that lovely sense of movement as well, and that twisted effect there on that silver-plated copper really catches the light. Then you've got the thicker band with all that beautiful textured detail. You haven't got to hammer it, it's already there. But on both of them, and this is for me, I'm sorry to sound excited, but I will never not get excited over these. How brilliant. You know, when you have I didn't realise until I came to work for Gemporia and now Jewellery Maker that you could have extendable chains. So, you know, when you have that 2-inch extender on your 16 to 18-inch necklace, you think, brilliant. You haven't got to buy 2, 1, and you've got both looks. Same thing with your adjustable ring. If you are making jewellery for somebody, or let's face it, we put a bit of weight on, or you want to, this is the thing I find, if you're trying to surprise somebody, a friend or family member with a gift of jewellery, and you don't know their ring size, you've got to spoil the surprise by asking what their ring size is. Or try and go around and surreptitiously steal one of their rings out of their jewellery box and then try and surreptitiously put it back, which I've done before. It is hard, isn't it, Prue? Prue's nodding at me because I think Prue may have tried to do that in her past as well. But these are brilliant because, look, all you do, that is it, look. So you can go from, I mean, let's face it, that would have been there. Let's see, could I even stretch it enough for it to go onto, and I'm a size 6L, yeah, look. And then you just push it back into position. That would even fit my thumb now, look. Can you see, look, not showing that very well on the thumb. I'm not used to showing jewellery on my thumb. But I've just made it a thumb ring. That's the difference. And then literally, you just push it back into position. And the same for this one as well, look. They're very malleable. Look at that. I love that textured detail. Isn't it beautiful? That could actually, I think, be a gent's ring or a lady's ring because of the width. And then literally again, just pull it apart. Just gently pull it apart. And again, it'll go on any finger. I don't know about whether you like me as well, but sometimes, especially if you've got a wedding or an engagement ring on here, sometimes if you want to wear a dress ring, I tend to flick between the size 6L to M there or my middle finger. So actually, straight away, you see, this could be your ring finger or a dress finger. See? Isn't that brilliant? Okay, now I've got 10 of each. Both have got the 3 loops on the side. Both are fully adjustable. Let me show you this as well, because I said to you they could be stacker rings. So if I just pop them on there, look. You can line the loops up or make the loops sort of, you can sort of twist them so they go in between one another. But they're great as stacker rings as well. Look, really, really, I haven't moved those into position properly, but brilliant stacker rings. So you've got the best of both worlds there. But if you do make jewellery for your craft fair, and you want, imagine if somebody comes up and they see the rings that you've made and they say, what ring size is that? I love it, I need to buy it. You can say, it can be any ring size you like. Isn't that a lovely idea? Okay, now, we're going to go really good on this for you. £13.90, that's for all 20 of them. So that to me makes it, if my maths is working correctly today, that's less than 70 pence each, isn't it? Have I worked that out right? I think I have. 70 pence each, less than. It is, isn't it? Also, it's a bit taxing, isn't it, in the afternoon? First week back after Christmas. Yeah. Do you know what I mean, Prue? I'm being a bit testing there, aren't I? Wow! Really? Gosh, do you know how much that... Now, bear in mind, these are silver plated. Do you know how much that now works out for each of these adjustable rings? 39 pence. 39 pence, that's ridiculous. Brilliant, though.
Yes, and the great thing about that is you can have them in your stash, and then if you need to rustle up a quick present for someone, you're always ready.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly the same. I mean, yeah, we've all been there, haven't we? Let's face it. I don't think there's anybody where you've had somebody turn up to your door, especially on big present seasons like Christmas and anniversaries and birthdays and things, where you've just either you've rushed or you've forgotten or and the great thing is if you have got a stash of all the birthstones from Jewellery Maker in your stash, you could quickly make and it doesn't matter because it will fit them. That's the great thing because they're fully adjustable. I love it, absolutely love it. Well, I tell you what, every one of you, so Zena, you were the first one. Oh, I know my namesake, Zena in Greater London. Collecting Surrey's got 4. Now, every one of you that checked out, this is the great thing about Jewellery Maker. There's 3 ways to buy. First of all, you can ring in. It's a free phone number. 0800, it's there at the bottom of the screen for you, look. 0800 6444 655. You can go onto the jewellerymaker.com website. You can pay with your credit card, debit card, or you can even go onto, we have a Jewellery Maker specific app as well. So you can also pay by PayPal if that's your preference. So lots of ways to buy from Jewellery Maker. That you all get the lowest price. So everyone, doesn't matter if you checked out when it was at £13.95, doesn't matter. You will get the £7.95 price point. You all get 30-day money-back guarantee, and you all get 1 post and packaging from 12 midnight till 12 the next day, just £2.95. And if you're like me over Christmas, I bet you, and if you bought online at various different outlets, I bet you had a right variety of very expensive delivery charges, didn't you? And if you had that where you paid for the delivery charge and then you've forgotten something, want to go back and add it in, and then they charge you again for the delivery? Yeah. Oh, it drives me mad. Especially when I know we're only £2.95 all day long. See, that's the knowing face off, Prue. Yeah. Wasn't it, Prue? Yeah, that was your knowing face. I like your knowing face. It's very authoritative. It's lovely. Oh, is it? Oh yeah, I like it.
I must use that more then.
Yeah, yeah. I would if I was you. I would. She's lovely. I love working with you. Right then, so well done. Half the stock's gone. You've raced in. Right then, now, I've had so many messages of people saying I am actually going to be starting selling at a jewellery fair. And for that reason, we thought we'd pop these in front of you again because a lot of our guest designers, in fact, I went into a workshop the other day and one of our guest designers said, I need to get that. Every time it's on, I'm on a workshop or I'm in the studio. This... Have you got one of these?
I haven't
yet. Brilliant,
no, but I would love one.
Oh, do you know, firstly, isn't it a happy bag?
Yes.
I mean, I do love the Jewellery Maker branding. It's just full of rainbow, isn't it?
Yes,
I mean,
definitely.
just full of colour. Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, we've used it in this bag. We haven't really. Other musicals are available. But the great news is, first of all, you've got detachable. Well, you've got, actually, I say detachable. Does it come off? No, not detachable, but... what I mean is adjustable, not detachable. I'll get the right word in a minute. So basically, just slide this like you would on a seatbelt on an aeroplane. Just slide it into position. You can make it long or short. You've then got this really, really strong rubberized handle. And do you know what? It's really comfortable. No matter how much weight, you can get an awful lot of kit into these Jewellery Maker bags. No matter how much weight you've got, because it's that lovely sort of rubberized textured finish, and it's got a grip on it as well, and you're not going to drop it. It's really comfortable, and it doesn't. You know, sometimes when you have like a carrier bag, and you've got loads of shop, and they cut into your hands,
yes,
and it really hurts. Yes. And the older you get, the longer the crease stays there. Have you found that? You know, actually, I'm not going to ask you, Prue. I'm just going to tell you, because I think I'm the oldest lady in the studio.
Well, you're certainly not that, but yes, I do know exactly what you're talking
about.
It does hurt,
doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And it does. I think it looks. I do think the little bit older gets stayed.
Yes, I'm afraid it does.
Just saying. But the good news is, really quickly, look, massive. I mean, look, look, that's how deep it is, look. Massive 2 big sections in there, massive. In here, look as well, you've got little sections to hang your tools and your torches and your tweezers and various things like that. And then, just quickly, you've even got somewhere to put your keys. Look, you've even got somewhere to put your key rings. Brilliant. And then you've got a zip pocket. On these sides as well, you've got a Velcro pocket and another Velcro pocket there. So there's 2 pockets there, a zip pocket there, 2 pockets there, and another big zip pocket there. So lovely and secure as well. So, adjustable big shoulder handle. You can carry it as a tote. You've got good news as well. It's going to tell you right now. You can get 4 bottles of wine in there as well. Put it over the shoulder and count another 2. Just saying. Just in case you stop off to get...
Instant party.
Well, yeah, and also sometimes when you go to the supermarket, there's a deal like buy 6 and get 25% off, so you think, why am I going to carry them? It's good, isn't it? Right then, so let's look after you. Fully Jewellery Maker branded as well, of course. The Jewellery Maker, for me, this is one of the best bags we bring you, in my opinion. I just think it's one size fits all. And I've got so many guest designers that actually come in to the studio every single day and come in with one of these. I think we're going to have to treat you to one of these, aren't we, Fred?
So. What I like is, I think you're not going to lose things in it. Exactly. The problem with bags normally is they go down to the bottom, you've got a small opening, you're trying to peep inside, and everything gets lost at the bottom. Absolutely. But that's very sort of organised, you've got that big, wide opening.
Yeah, and so many pockets.
Yes, yes.
I mean, let me just count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets. And what I love about them is they're lovely and secure, because you've either got Velcro, double-sided Velcro, or, so those are your Velcro ones, they're lovely and deep, or these really deep zip pockets as well. I mean, and I tell you what, I've seen some of our guests, I know when Jem comes in with it, it's like the Mary Poppins bag. One of these days she's going to pull out a cheese plant or an umbrella stand. Because of the depth of the bag, there's so much you can get in here. They are brilliant and nice and neat and tidy for around the house as well, just to sort of put everything away. Because I don't know if you're like me, once you get all your findings out and your ribbons and your findings and all your tools and everything, it can. You want somewhere to put it all away.
Yes. And the sort of squared off shape is much neater as well. It packs away much more neatly.
Absolutely, yeah, and the storage boxes and things, totally agree. So they're great. Don't forget as well, just like our lovely Margot in Fife, you can text in. So you text in by texting the usual text number. And if you think, well, I don't know what that is, 60777. Start your text with JM Studio. And that makes sure that you come through to us. And then you get involved in the show. We have a little natter with you, especially while we've got the very talented Prue Mahimo in the studio today. Now's your chance. You don't mind answering questions, do you?
I love answering questions.
Do you?
Absolutely love it.
Oh, see, there you go. She's opened the floodgates. Help yourselves. Margot said, afternoon, JM. Hello, Margot. I love this bag because the pockets are gusseted. Oh, didn't expect to say that on telly. Gusseted. Therefore, more storage, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Joking aside, Margot's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because they've got this amazing depth to them, and I wouldn't have described it as gusseted, but is that because the section in the bottom that sort of...
I think
yes, I think it is. Yeah, just making sure. Yeah, so basically they're not flat. Can you see? That's what she means. Look, if I turn that round, look, you see that's the sort of gusseted section here. Look, so it sits out, and once you've got everything in there, it just gives a more of an expansive area. They're brilliant. So thank you for that, Margot. I shall describe it as a gusseted pocket next time.
We know now.
We do?
Yes.
Thanks. That's why, again, our audience help us, don't they?
Definitely.
Yeah, brilliant. So, I might have to treat you to that. When's your birthday, Prue?
I'm looking hopeful, aren't I?
When's your birthday, Prue?
Oh, not until September.
Oh, I can't wait till then. Oh. Yeah, it might have to Easter present, Valentine's, because we do love you.
Oh.
We can go over an Easter. Speaking of love, I am in love with these, and I haven't even worked with them. Now, the last couple of days, the kits have sold out really, really, really quickly. So if you do fall in love with these, and we always get so excited when we bring you something new, don't we? In fact, if I put those on there, then we can get them all into the shop better, can't we? Now, Again, you might look at these and think, oh yeah, they're lovely, Zane, absolutely beautiful, great, but wait till you see what Prue's done with them. Honestly, the transformation is just, it's like when you go from a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly. It really is, it really is. And that's the metamorphosis that you're about to see. It really is sensational. Now, these are delightful. They are, I'm just going to double check what we've classed them as here, if I can find them on my description. Yeah, 15 metres of multicoloured nylon flat ribbon. And the colours, and again, especially sort of if you look at this side here with the beautiful greens and oranges and reds, and this, I mean there, you've got all the colours of nature in those greens. And when you see what Prue's done, you've actually sort of graduated those colours, and
you
they
can do
work.
all different things with them.
Oh, yeah. Wait till you see the Prue Mahimo that you've done. Absolutely. So 3 different reels there for you. 15 metres. It's classed as flat nylon ribbon, okay, in all those divine colours. And this is a brand new for Jewellery Maker. We promised, didn't you, after we brought you the sale in just before Christmas, we promised you it was to make way for brand new product, and this is exactly what we're bringing for you now. These delightful ribbons. You've got these lovely pinks and purples, these variations of blues, these blacks and greys. Wow, they are gorgeous. Very monochromatic, that one. And then your greens and your oranges and your reds, just divine. They're just lovely.
They are.
I'm officially in love with them. I know we've got the rest of the show to do. I could chat about them for 4 hours.
Well, I could just keep working on them for hours and hours, really. I've got so many more ideas in my head.
Oh, has it just got you all revved up?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, I'm not surprised. They're just delightful, absolutely delightful. So if I pop those there for 1 second for you, because we've still got lots more to come. We thought we'd throw in the essential beading thread for you as well. And we bought you the monofilament, the clear elastic, and your gold. We class that as the gold, don't we? Just double checking. Yep, the rose gold colour beading thread. We've got quite a few different colours of the beading thread now, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah, lovely bronzes and... But rose gold then, the reason we threw the rose gold one in for you along with the monofilament and the clear elastic is because we bought you some Kumahimo, as we have the lovely Prue in the studio today. I do think there's something so beautiful about Kumahimo findings.
Yes.
They're lovely,
They're very cute, aren't they?
They are, that's exactly the word. And these are rose gold flash copper. What we've got actually as well, we've got some of the oval sort of loops as well. I love these. As soon as you look at those, you just want to say, ooh, don't you? They're lovely. Get 10 of those. Okay, and then we've got the toggle clasps and the hanging connectors and the cord ends as well. So there's your toggle clasps, your classic toggle clasps in your all rose gold plated for you, rose gold plated copper. And you get 1, 2, 3, hang on, double check. Yep, 4 of those. And then we've got all these lovely hanging connectors as well. Okay, got all those as well, 4 of those for you. And then we've got, I love these. These make you want to go and ring the bells, don't they? They do, don't they? Oh, I've always wanted to do either the handheld bell playing or go into the church and do the actual proper bell ring. I'd love to do that. So we've got those as well for you. You've got 3mm, 4mm, 6mm and 8. So 3, 4, 6 and 8mm, 2 of each. Now then, before we came on air, we went and had a little chat with our lovely Prue, and we had a gorgeous look at all her lovely jewellery, and we told her, we don't normally do this, but we told her what price we were going to, didn't we? And Prue was like, you are kidding me. Now what we should be is over £33. We did tell Prue we were going to go less than £20, didn't we?
Mm-hmm, you did.
How about if we more than halve that price for you? Oh no. Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it? And with 5 lots of brand new ribbon. Do you know, I'm going to say, for anybody I've not seen, Happy New Year price that is, isn't it? That's the way to sort of make your new year really, really, really happy. We have got another section of the kit coming up. We've got some beautiful spacer beads and some gorgeous shell pearls as well. But help yourself. Now, can we just warn everybody how many of these we've got, Helena, my lovely girl? Okay, we've got less than 100. Okay, now in the last couple of days, I know Prue's shaking her head over there, less than 100. You've got the beading threads with the rose gold, the clear elastic, the monofilament. You've got that Kumahimo findings pack in rose gold copper, rose gold plated copper, and then these 5. For me though, I don't know whether you agree here, Prue. We've obviously had the thread impact before. We've had the Kumahimo findings before. For me, that's the ribbons all day long.
Totally, because they're new.
Exactly,
and very exciting.
They are, right? Yeah. So can I come across and?
You can.
Wait. I can't wait until you see Prue's jewellery. I literally cannot wait. Okay, so I'm going to... Hello, lovely lady. She's so lovely. Now, hang on. Right, I'm going to move this kit out of the way because I'm not having anything in the way of your jewellery, young lady. If that's okay.
Right, definitely.
Oh gosh, actually my heart's racing. My heart, you know when you do like the big unveil of a new piece of art or something? That's how I feel. I do.
Now I'm getting embarrassed.
No, I'm sorry, I don't mean to embarrass you, but my goodness me. Oh, in fact, I'm going to twist these so that you can see them into the camera. I don't want you to miss a second of these. Are you ready? So excited. I am genuinely so excited. The colours. Can I just say, everybody, as well, over half of the kits have already gone. We never expected the kit to go to $14.95, did we?
No.
But can you just talk me through? So, for example, if we can show the green one here, lovely. What sort of how did you, when you got this and it was brand new for you? What sort of gave you what did you think?
Well, first of all, seeing that the ribbon was variegated,
Yeah.
I realised straight away there are going to be two ways of working with it. Either getting a sort of ombre effect,
okay.
so you go from one colour to the next, or
Yeah.
having a mixed up effect.
Yeah.
And so that's brilliant. One product doing two very different jobs to start with.
Okay.
And then when I started playing with it, I realised it had some properties that I wasn't really expecting, because I've worked with ribbon a lot, ordinary ribbon,
Yeah.
and that works in a certain way. It sort of crunches up when you're braiding, and it's very, very pretty. But this doesn't crunch up, so you've got a completely new effect from this product.
Okay.
So this is where on some of the braids I've been able to get a really sort of flat look, and I've braided together with the beading thread to get quite an unusual look.
Oh, wow.
And that gave me the opportunity of getting beads on as well.
Wow.
So I've tried to put the ribbons through their paces here and use them in different ways, use different bead structures, use them in different ways, thicker, thinner, with beading thread, without, just to give people actually a tiny taste of what you can do with them.
Wow. And the opportunities really are, I mean, you've proved with these, and what I love about this is every single one of these is quite a statement piece, and it's due to that lovely colour, that array of colour, and the way you've graduated those colours. You know, when you get them two-tone with sort of the pink and the purple, or just the blues, or just, and then mix, there's sort of no right or wrong, is there?
Yes, exactly.
It's just absolutely phenomenal, just incredible. The bracelets. I said to you, can I show you this? Because I'm going to actually bring this over, if this is okay, everybody. Bring this over and show you, because when I saw this today, and I don't know whether you'll feel like me, I said to Prue, my goodness me, this bracelet here, which is so beautiful, it will cover every season. It's got greens, it's got oranges, it's got golds, and then at the back with that ribbon, I said to you, rightly or wrongly, I said it makes me think of those sort of spring, summer festivals when everybody brings their homemade chutney and you've got Morris dancers and flowers in their hair, and just that's immediately what it made me think of.
No, I know what you mean. It is, and this could be in someone's hair if it was made a bit bigger.
Yes,
for the May Queen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It makes me want to sit on the front of a carnival float.
Have you done that?
No, never.
No, not I.
No, was never asked.
Nor was I. No.
No. They missed out. They were the losers, Prue.
I think they were.
That's what I've always told myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still time.
Yeah, we could commission our own carnival float and go on the front. Should we do that?
Yes.
You can make all the headdresses. There you go, sorted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, great. Can you make sure you get yourself a pack of the ribbon then?
Yes, absolutely.
Lovely, thank you. But the bracelets are gorgeous. Another bracelet down here as well. So you've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 necklaces and 2 bracelets. And do you still have some left?
Oh yes, lots left. Yes, because I think it's 15 metres on each reel, which is quite a generous amount on each reel.
Absolutely, yeah, and the 5 reels, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, I've got lots left.
Wonderful.
Yes, so half a reel of most of them.
Oh, fantastic. Great. So that really does go a long way.
Oh yes.
Wow, okay. Can I say one more thing before, because we're all chomping at the bit to see what our lovely Prue is going to teach us. Can I just say, I've only got 14 kits left. Okay, and I've got over 12 of you with it in your basket. So Carol, Hillier, more of you coming in, Collectors in London, Susan Collection, Greater London, Fiona, Donna, Susan, Kim, Helen. Got to be really quick. Now, just before we get started, if I show these as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we're all yours. And then everybody's got everything they need, and we don't have to interrupt you, which is what I really don't want to do. Okay, so what we thought we'd do first of all, because these would complement every one of those ribbons, wouldn't it?
Yes.
We've thrown in here 2 sets of your cream shells. Now, they are smooth rounds. I refuse to put the word plain in front of them. Plain just means they're not faceted, but we are talking smooth rounds, 6 mil. So I think most of the time when I ask our jewellery makers and our guest designers, if you had to live with one size of gem, what would it be? And nearly everybody's always said 6 mil.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got 2 of those for you, 6 mil rounds. And then, in addition, we are bringing you 3 tubes in total. I don't think you can ever have enough of these in your stash.
No, definitely.
They're brilliant. So, and again, you can see really good generous drill holes there as well. What we've got is 2 tubes of the 5x4 mil and 1 tube. So those are your 2 5x4 mil. And you've got about 320 pieces there, and you've got 380 pieces of the 4x3 mil, the slightly smaller ones. So 3 sets of your rose gold plate, and they're all rose gold plated to go with the Kumihimo findings kit that we just bought you in rose gold plating again. Rondelle spacer beads, and they're fantastic. So we're talking there about 700 there. Or is it 2 tubes of 320? I think it might be actually. 2 tubes, approximately 300. I'm trying to work out if that's 320 in each tube. I think it might be actually.
I think it is. I should know with these things, but I think it is.
Yeah, we're trying to just work out if it's 2 lots of 320. Yes, so is it 320 across both tubes or in each tube? That's the query. We're going to double check that one for you. I think it's 320 in both tubes.
It's a bit like counting the sweets in a jar,
isn't it? Unfortunately, if we'd got the time, we'd count them, but we haven't. Because we want to get onto fruit, don't we? We do. So we'll try. Can we? Yeah. Okay. So tell you what, you've got a lot of. Should we just say you've got a lot of rondelle?
Yeah, and that's what you want with me. You do want a lot, so you can just. That's why I can't quite remember how many in there, because I just slosh them out and thread them on.
You don't count them every time you pour them out, Prue.
No, I do it by feel.
And we've had clarification from my lovely producer. Thank you, Helen, a lovely girl. It's 320 in total, so that's 160 in each one. So 320 and 380. So you've got 700 rose gold-plated brass rondelle seed beads. All of those seed beads, so all 700, and 2 strands of perfect 6 mil round gorgeous shell pearls in the lovely cream for just £24.95. Now, for those of you that buy these seed beads regularly, you'll know what a great deal that is. Fantastic. Okay, now have we got any of the kits left, or have they gone? I think we've got 1 or 2. That's it. So if you've got it in your basket and you're thinking, oh, I missed out, there's 1 to 2 chances left. So good luck. Right then, we can. I can't. Even for me, I can't talk any longer. I need to see what we're going to do. I can't wait.
Right. Okay. Well, what I wanted to do first of all was just show people basically how to braid with this ribbon, because it doesn't crunch down, so this gives you a lovely flat effect, but you do need to be aware of how to do it to get the effect you want.
And can I just clarify, is it going to...
We're going to make that,
yes.
So first of all, I'm just going to show... Yes, that is the one, yes. So basically, it's your normal round braid that you're going to use for this.
Okay.
Use an old disc. You don't need a brand new disc, because this is quite fat, so it will stretch the slot.
Oh, okay.
So if you've got a brand new one, or if you bought a brand new one for this, that's fine. But if you want to do beaded kumihimo with Eslon, keep one for that, and have a separate one for this. So it's really best to have at least 2 kumihimo desks.
Well, the good news is, by the way, just to say, we have got the round and the square coming up today.
Brilliant.
And we're going to sell them individually.
That's excellent.
Yes,
so people can top it. So,
absolutely.
So 2. You need at least 2. And for this one, use your less good one, if one is less good than the other.
That's a nice
and you can see, unfortunately, the cat has actually had a little chew on this one. So this is most definitely a less good one from ages ago. So with round braid, what you do is you have your cords, you have 8 cords opposite each other on the disc, and you're going to take your top right cord and move it to the bottom right slot. But with this ribbon, what you want to do is keep it flat at the point of braiding there.
Okay.
So you don't want it twisted at that point. That's a different effect. If you want a different, sort of more textured effect, you twist it every single time.
Okay.
But for these designs, I've gone for the flat method, and that will keep it consistent all the way through. So that's quite important. Okay. Then your next move is bottom left to top left, and again, I'm keeping it flat. And it's this point here that it's important it's kept flat. It doesn't matter if it twists up here, but obviously for your own, it looks neater, and it keeps in your mind that you're supposed to be keeping them flat. Then you turn a quarter turn to the next set of cords, and exactly the same thing, just keeping it flat. and then bottom up and turn it round. So that was, I just wanted to show that basically. And what I've got here is I've taken the cords randomly, so you can see it's from one reel. I've got the purples and the pinks all together, and I'll end up with a random effect like the grey necklace there, which will have, which is on the far end, and that just, so if you just cut the cords off as they come, you'll have a lovely random effect like that, with all the colours mingled in together. And because they're from the same reel, they just look brilliant
just gorgeous,
together.
aren't they? Beautiful.
Your second option, though, is to line up the colours to get more of a sort of shaded effect or ombre effect. And this particular cord has a repeat of about 70 centimetres. So what you'll find is, if you cut off 70 centimetres, you'll be able to line it up. So what I've done here, this is just 4 cords here, but I've lined it up so that I find the point where the colours change, and then just line it up and line it up.
Oh, I see.
And so that's about a 70 centimetre repeat.
Okay.
So for most things you might want to do double that, and you get a necklace and a bracelet out of that for your 140 centimetre repeat.
Okay.
So that's the way to do that. Bracelet, we're going to use it sort of random to give that really vibrant summery look.
It is really vibrant, isn't it?
is.
It's just spectacular.
And I'm going to use slightly smaller quantities, but I'll tell you the quantities you need. You need 2 lengths of 1 metre, so 2 times 1 metre of the cord, just randomly cut off the reel. And then you need 1 metre of 1 length of 1.5 metres of beading thread. And then you need another length, 1 length, 2.5 metres of beading thread.
Oh, right, okay.
Because if you look at the bracelet, all the beads are attached using beading thread, and particularly for these pearls, they have to go a much further distance. They're coming right in and out of the braid, whereas the satin cord is staying right in the middle. So you need far less of that. Okay. So it's 2 times 1 metre of satin cord, 1 times 1.5 of beading thread, and 1 of 2.5 of beading thread.
Right, okay.
And we're going to start off with the loop end of the
toggle clasp.
Absolutely. So I'll just cut off some slightly smaller quantities here. I think that would probably do it. So let's pretend these are my 2 metres. So
yeah, because pretending's good. We like pretending,
yes,
Prue.
absolutely.
It's good fun.
And then
I love you because you've got the poshest scissors. they're proper ladies' scissors, Prue's got.
Oh, I like my little gimmicks.
It's nice though, isn't it?
And then what I'm doing, I've just threading that onto a piece of beading thread, just so I can pull it through neatly through that loop. So it can be a bit of a tug.
Okay.
If you pull it through like that, there we go. And you want it evened up. So I'm just going to even up my ends, keep pulling through. So I've got 2 even lengths in there.
Okay.
And centering.
Yeah.
So get it a bit more even than that, but I won't fiddle around with that for now.
Okay.
So now you've got 4 cords. I'm going to just snip that loop. So now we've got 4 ribbons in there, and we want to have our 2 lengths of beading thread.
Okay.
Absolutely. And the way we're going to attach those, so again, I'm just taking just a random length because I'm not going to be making the whole thing.
Yeah, and obviously also when you're demonstrating, it's impossible. So we do things on a smaller basis.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have to, yeah.
And I think people don't want to watch me doing all that kumihimo. Though kumihimo is lovely to do, but it's not always a spectator sport, I feel.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do here is we're going to find the midpoint of the beading thread, one of them, and then we're going to attach it to that loop using a lark's head knot, which is the sort of knot where, so I'm just going to hold the ribbons down so I can find the loop. This is the sort of knot where you just put the middle of your cord through and then thread the ends of that beading thread through that loop you've just made.
It's like when you buy a tag of clothing, that's how they attach it, don't they?
Exactly. I've heard people call it a luggage tag knot, and that's also a very good description.
Yeah.
So this is my other piece. I'm going to do that with the other one.
Okay. So repeating that again?
Yes.
Okay.
So one of them was shorter, one of them was longer. And then once I've done that, it means that I've got my 8 cords in one way or another.
Yep.
So I've got 4 beading thread and 4 of ribbon.
Okay.
So now those can go onto my disc. and I'm going to put the toggle through, hold it tight with my fingers, and then I'm just going to put the satin ribbon in the sort of north and south positions.
Okay.
And then what's important at this point is, with these beading threads, 2 of them will be longer than the others, and you want to have them diagonally opposite.
Okay.
So if I've got one there, then I want the other long one over there. So diagonally opposite, and again here, diagonally opposite.
We've just had a question come in for you, actually, young lady, our lovely Prue. And the question is, if that's, is that okay for me to read it out now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, good. It's from Michelle in Kent. Hello, good afternoon, Michelle. Michelle says, good afternoon, girls, or we'll take that, won't we, Prue? Thank you.
Like that.
Prue, how do you judge how much ribbon, etc. you need to make a particular piece? I always seem to make mine too short.
Yes, go for 3 times. So whatever the finished length of whatever you're making, bracelet, necks or whatever, decide how long you want that to be. So if it's going to be 20 centimetres, you need 3 times 20 centimetres for each cord.
Okay, that's a good
I think
tip.
sometimes they hear that 3 times rule and they just do 3 times and then divide it into 8, and of course they end up with very short ones. I generally find that's quite a generous allowance. That's more than I need. If you're having problems with getting it a bit short, you could always do a little bit extra, maybe 3.5 times, because on the whole, the cord is cheaper than your time.
Yeah,
really.
absolutely. That's a good way to look at it, actually. Yeah.
And you can always do, if you have a little bit extra, you know, if you've got too much cord, just carry on braiding till the end, and then that little extra bit, you can always use it for something
absolutely,
else.
Yeah.
I
Make
mean,
a little pair of earrings, or
yes, which is exactly what I've done with the next kit. Actually, a little bit of offcut, and I've used it for earrings. And I've got a bag full of offcuts, really, just in case I'm needed to make something quickly, and then.
Okay, so there you go. Hope that helps. Lovely.
Now, one of the issues with beading thread and kumihimo is that it's quite springy. So I advise using quite a heavy weight for this. So this is the heavier weight that we have, but you can always improvise, as we've shown in the past. You can hang keys on or whatever, but you want to make sure that it's really keeping your cords quite tight across the front.
Giving it good tension.
Exactly. And then the other little tip is, for this beading thread, is to use a weighted bobbin. Now you can buy weighted bobbins. We don't actually sell them, you can buy them, but you don't need to. Okay. So what I do is I just tape 250p's to an ordinary bobbin. So, you know, you don't have to, you might have washers or something at home. What you're aiming for is a weight of about 20 to 25 grams. And that will just do the trick of just getting your tension right.
Can I have a feel? Do you mind? Oh, and that's just 250p pieces?
250p pieces, I find that's just right. And that is actually the same as the commercial ones that you can buy.
You can actually just see the faint outline of them there, can't you?
Just make sure that the tape doesn't interfere with the operation of the
That's a good tip, brilliantly. Because when we've been bringing the sort of 3-metre reels of necklace and things, we've sold them on the bobbins, so the bobbins, hopefully you'll have those as well.
Exactly. And then the other little tip is, beading thread, when you're using it for kumihimo, can be a little bit unruly and try and pop out of the bobbins. And I just make a tiny hole. You won't be able to see it on the cameras, but with my needle, with a fat needle, I've just made a tiny hole just on the top. And then what I can do is I can just poke the beading thread through that hole.
Good idea.
If I can find... Oh, no, it didn't want to go in.
It's on live telly, it wants to play up.
Of course it does. And it's a tiny little hole, because you don't want a big... There we go, it's gone through. Then make a little knot there, tie a little knot, and then wind on. I'm going to put some beads on, so I'll show that again.
Okay, brilliant. That's a good little tip, thank you.
So that's to get your tension. The slightly heavier weight, you know, and if it's not pulling nice and tight, just clip something else on, something you can find. You might find some washers around the house or whatever, and coins, you know, whatever, 20 to 25 grams. And you need that for 4 bobbins.
Sometimes, like when you've been somewhere abroad and you've got all those foreign coins. That's a good way to do it.
It's quite a nice way to remember your holiday, isn't it?
Exactly.
So what I'm going to do now is, because I want those weighted bobbins on now, I'm going to put some beads on now, and I'm only going to put, I'm only going to use pearls and the spacer beads on 2 of the cords, and those are the 2 extra long ones. So you need to find your 2 extra long cords and thread a few on. And if what you need is, if actually more than a few, you need 40. Now, kumihimo always varies, so you may need more than 40 or you may need less than 40.
Okay.
That's what I used.
Okay.
And you just keep measuring as you work, just keep measuring against your wrist to make sure that it's going to be the right size.
Yeah.
If you need a few more, add them on. If you don't, just don't use them all
Yeah,
up. That's the way to approach kumihimo. It's always good to have a guide, a starting point really, but that doesn't necessarily tell you the whole story, because everyone's tension is different.
Of course it is,
You know, it's a bit like knitting.
Yeah.
But with knitting, you change, you know, if your tension's wrong, you change your needle size, but you can't do that.
Well, I'll tell you what, while you're threading those pearls on, shall I just bring...
Yes.
Now, is this yours?
Yes, it is,
I thought it might be. While we just wait, because obviously while Prue's in the studio, we've got Prue this afternoon, but once it's gone, and if you forget to record the show, you can't go back. So the great news is we thought we'd bring you Prue's very own micro kumihimo. And you've got a lovely introduction on here. I mean, look at that. You do create the most beautiful jewellery. Oh, Prue.
It's great fun to do.
Oh, it's just look. How long have you been doing kumihimo?
Kumihimo.
Or Prumahimo?
Yeah, about 5 years, I think.
Really?
Now. 5, 6 years. Yes.
Wow. Well, this is our lovely Prue's DVD, and she teaches you how to make a braid, a gemstone chip bracelet, round gemstone heart charm bracelet, lovely idea, bead effect necklace, and the gorgeous beaded tassel lariat as well. Just giving you a little bit of the DVD footage there with our lovely Prue, and it is just... What's the difference with the micro kumihimo then? Smaller board?
No, just smaller effect, because using the Eslon cords, using smaller beads and everything, just to differentiate it from larger. So I think probably what we're doing now, we wouldn't necessarily class as micro, but the next kit we would probably class as micro. There's no strict rule, but it's just a term we use to just differentiate it from what might have gone before.
And we've got some of the Eslon threads in the next kit as well, haven't we? Fantastic,
yes.
Now, again, I mean, if you think about if we were to bring our lovely Prue and ask for an hour of her time, I very much doubt that our lovely Prue would offer well, if I'm guessing, can you give me the price in my ear? So I'm guessing it's where I think we're going. Yeah, I don't think you'd be very willing to give us an hour of your time for £4.95, would you?
Well, I don't want to sound mean, but no, I wouldn't. No.
To be fair, I'm with you, I wouldn't either, Prue, and I'm nowhere near as talented as you, my darling, when it comes to jewellery making. So I do think, joking aside, for all of our guest designers, whoever they may be, I do think £4.95 for that for all that. I mean, look at all the tips that Prue's just given us now. You know, how to weight the bobbin, how to put the little hole through so that your beading thread doesn't get lost. These are all really essential tips that just save you making mistakes and save you time. And I think they're really valuable.
They are.
Really
they set you on the right course.
Absolutely, yeah. So £4.95. Now we've just had one more question as well from our lovely Bernadette. Hello, gorgeous. Bernadette said, now Prue, she said, I'm finding it difficult to use large gemstones in my kumihimo braids. Have you any tips? Now I'm fine with 3 and 4 mil. Love your design, she says, but she's struggling anything over 4 mil.
Right, I think if you go back to my last show, I did a 7-strand kumihimo, and that is really good at accommodating different sizes and shapes. So I think that's a really good way to go. The other way is to mix your larger ones with smaller ones. So when you drop in 1 6 mil, then when you're doing the opposite side, drop in 2 smaller ones.
Okay.
So that you can even it up, because otherwise you'll end up with a lot of thread showing. The alternative is to just braid away with the big beads, and you will get a lot of thread showing, but maybe afterwards with the needle and thread you can sew some other things on. So they're all different ways really of approaching your problems.
Wow.
But,
the 7-strand one was...
I think that's the best bet.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, lovely Bernadette. Right then, okay, so lots of people getting your DVD.
Oh.
With our lovely Lucy Nichols there as well. Right, okay.
Right, so I've now put... Well, I've put 4, but you will have put 40 beads onto each of your 2 diagonally opposite cords. And now I'm just going to put bobbins, because I still want the ones without beads to be weighted as well, just so they pull down in the design. So again, once I've popped it through the hole, then I can just tighten a knot.
Got you.
And then wind. Obviously, I'm using such small lengths, I wouldn't normally worry about a bobbin, but you still do need the weight of it, really.
Yeah, of course you
do. And if I just put that one on, so I get nice tension. Tension is the key to kumihimo, basically, and finding ways of doing it. Sometimes you do improvise like this. Other times, some other cords you don't need. If you're using just the satin ribbon on its own,
you won't need it. But we were saying yesterday that it's very, Claire McDonald and I were saying, you know, that it's very, even with wire, you've got to feel the medium that you're working with, you've got to get to know it, you've got to respect it, and different mediums and ribbons and cords and S-lines will require different techniques, absolutely.
Exactly, yes. And if something isn't working out, you just need to look at it and think, why not? What can I do now? What can I try now?
Absolutely.
So we're all set up. So we've got nice tension here, I've got the heavy weight, I've got the weights on the rather springy beading thread, and I'm ready to go. I've got the satin ribbon top and bottom and the beading thread on either side. And what we're going to do again is, as I showed you with when you're braiding with all the satin ribbon, keep this flat.
Flat, okay.
And what the effect of this now with this, so I'm doing exactly the same braid, top right down, bottom left up, quarter turn. I'm not going to do the beads just yet, I'm going to do a little bit without.
Okay.
And you can just keep the tension nicely on those ones. And what you'll find is you get this really interesting effect where you get the flat side of the ribbon and then the very thin effect of the beading thread. And it's probably shown best in the blue necklace there, the actual braid that we're going to achieve by doing this.
I'll just show that for you.
That you get this really interesting effect here.
Oh, yeah.
Which looks like a different braid structure. It doesn't look as if it's round braid. It looks as if it's something else who's got the long and the short, but it's exactly everyone's favourite round braid.
That is gorgeous, just beautiful.
And just keep those ribbons flat.
And it's lovely as well because it's lightweight jewellery, isn't it? Effectively.
Yes, so it makes a big statement, but it's really comfortable
really
to wear.
wearable, really, absolutely.
And I just want to do a little bit, so I'm just going to go round until all my cords are on the dots again.
Can I ask a question? When you're turning it a quarter each time, does it matter if it's clockwise or anti-clockwise?
No.
Doesn't matter at all?
It doesn't matter at all. Not with this 8, when you've just got 8 cords, it doesn't matter at all. And it doesn't matter whether you go top down first or bottom left first.
Just thinking sometimes people are left-handed or something, they
so
might
you can
find...
do what you're most comfortable with.
Absolutely.
Yes. And as you get more experienced, you find that you try different braid structures. You'll find sometimes for some you have to move in one direction, some you have to move in another, and you'll find that's quite easy to adapt, really. But when you start, it's just nice to do what feels comfortable for you, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm now nearly back where.
Did you first find that when you first started, obviously with the Kumihimo, did you first find that you started to sort of say it bottom left to top left? Do you talk out loud?
Yes,
because I find that when you're learning it helpful.
Yes. And to have a bit of peace and quiet when you're learning as well. Yes. So I'm back round the dots. I'm just going to move the satin cords next, and then my beads. Oh, now that's interesting. I can see I've made a silly mistake there. I actually didn't thread the second lot of beads on, so I'm just going to pop those on for you. Sorry about that.
Okay, lovely girl.
I'm allowed one mistake or two, aren't I? I was getting so excited about tying on my bobbins.
It's okay, you're allowed to get excited. I think excited is good.
And the great thing about these metal beads is they thread on so easily. You've got these lovely big holes. So
they are brilliant, aren't they? They're very generous.
Yes, you could do this in the dark.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, it's the kind of thing you can just thread on when you're watching the telly, can't you?
Yes, yes.
Little thread on.
Yeah. So then back through the little hole that I've made. Knot it on again. And we're off.
But do you dream about tying knots?
I do have strange dreams sometimes. I'm not sure I've had a knot one yet, but I'm sure I will. Right, okay, sorry. So we're back. And so the next two to move, we've got beads on. So that's nice and easy. We just drop them down to the bottom of the beading thread, tuck it under the ribbon, pull the beading thread across, and put it in its slot. And they tend to stay in place very neatly. If they doesn't, but it must stay behind that ribbon there. So if it pops over, pop it back again.
Okay.
And same with the pearl. But for the person who said that they had problems, sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm really bad at names.
I think it was Bernadette, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
For Bernadette, you'll see with this that when you're using this lovely flat ribbon, there's plenty of room for the pearls to sit under there. So
because they were 6mm, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Wow.
So then the next move is just to do the flat, absolutely. And it can help just to get your hands close up to that point of braiding, which is where it forms, and just smooth it over like that. Now we've got 2 moves without any beads. Now 2 more. with the ribbon, and then we're back to the beads. And the great thing about kumihimo is that it forms its own pattern, basically.
Yeah.
So once you've threaded your beads on, the decisions have been made, really, so you can just now be watching a film or whatever. The beads are in the place that will create this design. So just do a couple more.
So she said, once it's all in, because a lot of it's in the preparation, isn't it?
Yes.
Getting it all prepared, counting everything out, getting you ascertaining what the length is of the cord, get everything ready. But once you get into the actual flow of it, it's just that lovely repetitive nature, isn't it? It's lovely.
And often I like to keep that sort of thing for in the evening, basically.
Yeah,
so
to wind down after a day.
Yes, exactly. Enjoy a bit of quiet braiding.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's lovely, because my fellow and I have said, rather than sitting down every night and watching telly, let's have a game of cards or go out and get fit or go for a walk or just something to clear the mind instead of it always being electronic or digital.
Yes. No, that's a very good point. Yes. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to put these last two in, and then I will have a little bit of braid underneath to show you, and I can show you the finishing off part of this. It's best to finish when you stop, even if you're just going to have a look. Stop when you've done your ribbon moves, because they stay in place rather better. These can jump out of the slots when you try to turn it over.
A bit springy almost, aren't they?
Exactly. So if we do turn it over now, we can see this is what it's going to look like. So we've got the clasp, the kumihimo straight onto that clasp, a little bit of plain, and then going into the beaded section. So you just carry on like that until it's the right length, and just keep checking it against your wrist. With a big bracelet, a wide bracelet like this, you will need quite long, so don't measure it against a chain bracelet that fits you, because it won't be long enough. You need this will be a bit longer than your other bracelets because it's so chunky. Right, so I think I've shown you enough of the braiding, so we just have to imagine that's actually going to go around my wrist. I don't think that's really going to even go around. Not quite even around my finger.
Wrists, but not quite. Well,
I don't think it'd even go around my finger, would it?
No, can I say one thing though? Don't you find it fascinating? Because when Prue's doing that with the ribbon and the beading thread and the ribbon and the beading thread and the beads, and you watch it all happen, when you it's like magic.
Yes.
Isn't it?
And doing workshops, that is the best part of doing workshops, when people haven't done kumihimo before and you're telling them how to set it all up and all the rest of it, and then you come around and say, now what's it looking like underneath? And they look and they suddenly see.
And you think, gosh, I've just done that. Just with all due respect, just moving the ribbon, moving the move. And then that comes out and you're like, I did that. I did that.
And it's so traditional as well. It's got centuries of Japanese tradition behind it, which makes it lovely as well.
Of course it does, carrying on that tradition. That is fascinating. I'll tell you what we will just do, proof that's... Oh, I've got a hair on me. Is just in case people didn't want the rose gold on the findings, because I've got to be honest, I'm a silver fan. I am, absolutely. So what we've done is we've repeated the findings kit for you. So we've got the O rings again for you. We've got the toggle clasp. I'll just double check it's exactly the same. I believe it is. So the 4 toggle clasp, this time in silver flash on the copper. We've got the cord endings again in the 4 sizes. So, just double checking there for you. We've got the 4 sizes. Yes, we have. So it is the same kit. Yeah, in fact, it's exactly the same kit as we had in the rose gold, but this time we've gone silver flash over the copper instead for you. So if you prefer the silver look like I do personally, then we're giving you an alternative. And again, those silvers, especially with all those beautiful threads in the first kit, which I believe has now sold out, then that would be a beautiful addition. You've got all those lovely blacks and silvers and greys and blues and greens. In fact, it'd work with all of them. So if you prefer silver flash on the copper as opposed to the rose gold, then you've got this 26 piece. You've got the hangers, the connectors, the O's, the toggle clasps as well. Okay. Now, what did you want to do? Because we've got just a few. Did you want us to go to a break and then come back, or are you?
I can probably get through this quite. It depends how much I can get through this quite quickly if you'd like me to.
No, yes, please.
I can go more slowly and take my time over it.
Yeah, no, that's great. Is that okay? Yeah, well, everybody said, yeah, great. Nobody wants to stop. Okay, lovely.
Right, I'll speed up now. Right, so to finish off, all I've done is I've taken off the weighted bobbins, so they're out of the way. And then I'm going to take 2 of the satin ribbons and tie them across the middle to secure the braid.
Quite a tight knot?
Quite nice and tight.
Yeah, okay.
And then you can do the other 2 as well. There's going to be more keeping this knot in place, so don't worry that it's not a double knot in itself.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so nice and tight. Now you can take it off the braid, off the disc. It's not going to go anywhere. And what we're going to do is gather up the beading threads nice and neat. You should pull them tight so there are no loops lurking anywhere. And thread them all through a crimp. Yeah, this is always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was just going to say, would it be easy to snip them all off at one length? Then you must have read my mind then. It's amazing how much you can get through a crimp.
You can get 8 through. So even if I struggle, even if I struggle a bit here, it's just because I'm finding it a bit difficult to see, as opposed to it not going through. You can easily, get them through. So
we've got faith in you, Prue.
Yes, we do. Yeah, one doesn't want to. There we
go. I do like
go.
your glittering nails. They're lovely, very pretty.
Now, and then crimp that nice and tight, close to the, as close as possible to the braids, and giving it a good crimp, and folding it over the other way.
So that's with your crimping pliers.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Brilliant.
You can use ordinary pliers, but it's not really going to show. And now you just want to get rid of 2 of those.
Doesn't matter which 2?
No, it doesn't matter at all, because they're all crimped together. Just about 1 millimetre away from the crimp, just for security. And then the other 2, you're now going to crimp on your clasp. So through the crimp, through the toggle end of the clasp, and then through the crimp again.
Okay, so back through.
Yep. And then pull it down again, nice and tight, as close as possible to the other one. So the way I'm going to do that is actually hold that with some pliers, ordinary pliers, just so I can pull it as tight as possible.
Okay.
And so they're both pulled tight. And then I'm going to crimp that.
As you say, just when you actually do treat yourself to a pair of crimping pliers, it just makes the job easier, doesn't it?
It does. They are very neat.
Yeah.
And then trim that off. Trim the 2 cords off.
We have got some flush cutters coming up, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just put crimp covers onto those 2.
Just going to ask, would you finish them off with crimp covers? Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
But I think I'm not going to do that because I know we're a little pressed for time. Everyone knows how a crimp cover goes on.
I think so, yeah.
I think
there are tutorials on the website as well,
So cover it up with the crimp cover, it always looks neater. And then it's what you do with these extra threads. Now, this is quite difficult to thread through the larger spacer beads, but it's not impossible. So you probably wouldn't want to do a whole necklace with it, but all you need to do is stiffen the end. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can either just use, I think I use nail varnish on this end.
Just some clear nail varnish,
Clear nail varnish, let it dry nice and hard, and then cut it into a sort of knife shape at the end. Or you can use a more malleable sort of glue, like the fabric glue we have on here. And while it's still malleable, just put it into a point. And then you will be able to get through the larger of...
5 by 4, I think it was,
Yes, exactly. Now, I have a feeling I didn't put those... Let's see if... I put the wrong ones here.
Yeah, because
I think we might
two
get
sizes,
through.
weren't there? Well, we'll give it a shot.
We'll give it a shot, absolutely. Otherwise, I need to get the other ones. So just with a bit of squeezing, but I actually would use the larger ones for this. But yes, you see, just to prove that you can
get it through, but you'd rather the large,
Well, it's just a little bit easier.
Simpler,
So what you need to do is just like that. And that was just I'd put the larger ones on actually. Thread a bead onto each one of these tails that you've got. To about that point, and then you have 2 choices again. You can either tie it in a knot, or you can just seal the end with a naked flame. And because this is flat, it will seal flat as a little bar, and the bead won't, because the bead hole is round, it won't go back. So if we just look at this, you'll see what I mean. I've sealed the end.
I've got you.
And it's a little flat bar, so the bead really can't come off there now. So that just gives you a very neat little end. It gives you a little tassel.
Nice bit of detail as well, and just finishes it off professionally.
Yes, exactly. Alternatively, you can use your end caps. You could have glued this into your end caps as well. So there are always so many different options.
It's absolutely
that basically is how it's made.
Isn't that gorgeous though? Let me just show you again, look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Who would have thought?
It was such fun to do.
Oh,
they're
are
lovely colours.
And I love that finish with the bead end. Totally gorgeous. Well, I was transfixed. I don't know about you. I was absolutely poor Bruce at them like that. Bruce, would you get out of the way?
Never.
No, but I do. I sometimes feel like I'm so transfixed. I'm like that, and you're like, can I have a bit of room? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Even more fantastic demonstration from Prue coming up in about an hour's time. Another fantastic kit. The first kit sold out instantly, so well done. If you did manage to get one, of course. So please join us. Got lots of goodies coming up in the next hour, and if you want another demonstration, then stay with us, and we'll see. We'll be back with Prue a little bit later on. So I'll see you after the break. That was brilliant.
Get creating stunning designs in no time at all with this brilliant introduction to Kumihimo DVD with guest designer Sarah Elvin. These easy to follow steps on this DVD will make you feel like you have your own personal tutor and will show you the best techniques to get you started with this amazing medium. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
From the islands of French Polynesia, we bring you a pearl cultivated in the South Pacific Ocean. These pearls are expertly cared for by our skilled specialists all year round. Tahitian pearls on average take 2 years to form. They show a deep, lustrous quality, and the colour can vary to include overtones of green, pinks and blues. Pearls from this region are some of the best the South Pacific can offer. Don't miss our Tahitian pearl collection.
Do you want to tell everyone about the great purchase you've made from Jewellery Maker? Do you want to shout about the great service you've received? Then why not download the Jewellery Maker's Viewer's Voice app, available for iPhone or Android, and record a video that could be played on Jewellery Maker. Simply search Jewellery Maker Viewer's Voice in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and download our Viewer's Voice app straight to your phone or tablet. You can record as many videos as you like and send them straight to us here at Jewellery Maker. All you have to do is then carry on watching us as usual and wait for your video to be played. Download the JM Viewer's Voice app and you could be the next face we see here on Jewellery Maker.
Join guest designer Sarah Elvin for the Introduction to Bead Looming DVD. Sarah will guide you through many techniques including adding beads, pattern creations, beading with chips, adding beads to warp thread, as well as how to set up your bead loom. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker. There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and FreeSat and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget, you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back, or if you've just joined us, hello. Happy Wednesday. What is that? It's the middle of the week already, isn't it? How's that happened? You wake up on a Sunday and you think, oh, I'm back to work and whatever, and then suddenly you get, and it's the middle of the week.
Yeah, no.
It's just bizarre. Do you know, I've still got my necklace on, and I shouldn't have my necklace on because I'll be showing you all lovely beads on my neckline in a moment. So I'm going to take that off if you don't mind. Fucking. Now we've just swapped. It's like musical producers today. Do you know how many? I'm supposed to have 1. Do you know how many I've got today? I've got 3. I'm in demand. That's what I'm telling myself. That's what I'm telling myself. Okay, so then, I'm going to bring you lots and lots of fantastic bundles this hour, if that's okay. Or now, Prue Mahimo, or in the DVD that we've just brought to you from our lovely Prue, we've got the Micro Ku Mahimo. Now, I'm going to ask our lovely Prue, would these for Prue Mahimo and Micro Ku Mahimo, would they just about be perfect?
I think so. It all depends on the hole size, and I think what you'd get through those is the very fine Eslon that we do.
Is that the 0.4 mil, I think?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say for sure, but I think that's probably what they're threaded on anyhow.
Yeah.
Or I think beading thread would go through as well.
They're so, so pretty. In fact, they're utterly charming, aren't they? Look at those. I mean, even this is when you marvel about Mother Nature, because even at that size, totally natural, African beauties those are. You know, that is Mother Nature at her very, very, very best. And even in those tiny 2 mil rounds of perfection, we've managed to facet them. We've managed to hand drill them. Can you imagine trying to hand drill a 2 mil gemstone?
I actually can't get my mind around that bit.
Can't. I mean, I'd love to do that one day. Have a workshop, and actually, because I've tried to facet and polish a gemstone, I'd love somebody, a lapidurist, to come in and sort of say, right, just to show you how difficult it is, let's try and cut, facet, polish, and drill a gemstone. And I'd love to have like a 2 mil, a 4 mil, a 6 mil, a 8 mil, a 10 mil, and just so that we actually understand.
Yes, it would be fascinating.
It would, wouldn't it? Do you get it? Faster.
Oh.
Hey, Bruce on the jokes.
Without even knowing it.
Exactly. They're the best ones. Okay, so we've got these 3 strands in total for you. That, in fact, amazingly gives you, we're talking about 3 lots of 5 carats, so 15 carats in total. Each one's got 5 carats on. Cute faceting. Okay. It is a really, I mean, purple never goes out of fashion. Never. Never goes out of fashion, purple. It's just one of the most popular. Now, we just had in that kit, in that upsell kit with the rose gold copper seed beads and the 6 mil white shell pearls, wouldn't they go lovely? White shell pearls and then interspersed with those beautiful pastel amethysts.
It would be adorable. It would really bring out the best in both of them, I think.
They'd be lovely. Adorable process. Okay, so there should be, if we weren't being a little bit impish today, they should be, if you look at that there, $5.95 each. Well, actually, that's below where we should be, at $5.95 each. We're already being naughty. Should we go a bit more naughty? Are you ready for this? So just think, $5.95. Oh, hello, Price, are you coming in or not? He's doing the okey cokey. Look, he's in and then he's out. Hang on a second. That equates to £4.32 each. Ah. $12.95. Or, as my producer's quite rightly just said, she said, well, actually, she said $5.95. So actually, Zine, she said that's 2 for $5.95 and 1 for £1. That's what she said. Whichever way you add it up, it's absolutely blooming marvellous. Shall we try it? Let's have a little look. Look, just if you put those together. Look at those. Look at those. Yeah, you know when we have those lovely connectors with the 3 loops on and you could strand them. Oh, don't they look lovely? Look, when they're just, but look at that. I mean, just that twisted on a little bracelet, add a clasp and you're done, aren't you? Yeah. Aren't they lovely? Look. In fact, shall I show you that on my wrist? Look, just to show you. Look at that. Oh. I mean, gosh, we're only a few weeks away from February. Dare I say it? Dare I say it? This is next month's birthstone. We're going to be there before we know it. What, we on the 6th of Jan already today? Incredible. Well done to Pauline Collectors, Anna, Maureen Collectors, Leslie, Zena, my lovely Zena in Greater London. Everybody thinks I'm shouting out my own name. Zena! Yeah, we know it's you. No, there's another one from Greater London.
You'll have to meet up and go out together.
Yeah,
the 2 Zenas.
I've never met another one. No, never met another one. I've spoken to another one in person, so. Although my dad's got a friend called Zena. I've never met her, but he has got, apparently. Oh, I'll tell you what, black and purple every time. Black and purple. Oh, can I show you something? Now then. Now, Black agate is just spectacular. A real timeless classic. Let me just pop those in my hand. There we go. Now, look at that. Look at that. Look, that's what we know. For those of you that don't know what luster is, that there is exactly what you're looking for when you want luster, because as the light hits the surface of the gemstone, look, it just bounces straight back at you, doesn't it? And look, I mean, look how glamorous that is, just as it's graduated. So where we've got the 9mm, the 7mm and the 4mm, just as it graduates in size, I mean, that alone with some, if we had some of the sterling silver, or that's the great thing with black agate. It doesn't matter whether they're silver findings, gold findings, rose gold, antique, bronze, copper, it's irrelevant. They go with everything. Okay, absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you want pure luxury, I would definitely go sort of yellow gold plated on that personally. And they are very chic, as we called them, the chic trio. Totally agree. Okay, so we're talking about 280, 300, oh, goodness gracious me, that is a big amount of carat weight there. 395, 495, I think that's about 535 if I've added it up correctly. They are lush, aren't they? So you've got the 9mm, the 7mm and the 4mm there, big carat weight. They are lush. They are lush, absolutely. Now, before we bring the price in, have a look at this. Now, this is made by my good friend Sue. She's in the building today. Well, Sue, goodness gracious me! Do you know that? You remember when all the nobility and all the hoi polloi went on to the first, well, the first and only voyage of the Titanic? That's the kind of joy you'd have expected to see, wouldn't you? Yes. You would, though, wouldn't you?
Definitely.
Hey? Now look at the back there. We've got these beautiful, these are your 4mm, so this is, I love the way Sue's done this. She's gone down in a 3-strand, okay, from the 4mm, straight into the 7mm with some luxury sort of yellow gold plated spacers, and then she's gone full on at the bottom, full 3-strand necklace with the 9mm. Sue, your gorgeous face, she's in the building today. If you are watching, Sue, brilliant. I'd easily spend 40, 50 pounds on that at least. I'd probably going undervalued there, but I'd get 40, 50 pounds. Amazing. Thank you, Sue, you gorgeous face. Oh, I've just heard a door creak in my ear and I thought it was my knee. £3 a strand, young Martha. Martha's part of the management, so she can get away with it. She can get away with it because she's one of the management. Look at those, they are lush. I tell you what, I would be quick on these though because I am limited. That's the only thing to mention. So 9mm, 7mm, 4mm, 3 strands, and they are just delicious. They are going to, and the great thing is it's like your clear quartz. I'll tell you what, I've got some amazing clear quartz coming up later today. These are going to go with every single gemstone you've got in your stash. You don't have to use them all together. You don't have to create a 3-strand necklace. But at just £9 for all 3 of those, that is incredible. Incredible. So well done to Bernadette that's been messaging in. She's got them, Bernadette. Well done, Susie. Carol, Sarah's had 2. Diane's had 2. Leslie, Michelle, Sarah, Marie, Carol. Lorraine, Marilyn, Jackie, Helen, Margaret, Isabel, Carol. The gang's all here. Good luck, my lovelies. Good luck, my darlings. We've got our lovely Mirabelle. What? Speechless, she says. What? Have we rendered you speechless, Mirabelle? Happy New Year. Don't forget as well, if you'd like to do what Mirabelle's just done and you want to have a little chat with us, or you want to ask our fantastic Prue anything about Kumahimo, Prue Mahimo, then please text in on 60777. Start your text JM Studio. And as our lovely Prue said, when I asked her earlier today and I said, do you mind answering questions? You said you love to, didn't you?
Definitely, yes.
Is it because you like to share and get people...
Yes, but it does actually also make you go back to basics and think about
Yeah.
things. I think sometimes when you do a lot of jewellery making, you can get too advanced for your own good. And sometimes just taking a step back is really helpful.
So remind yourself why you fell in love with it.
Exactly, yes, yes. And it's good also for when I'm teaching workshops or things like that to really think what people find difficult.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so just to let you know as well, I'll show you, I'm going to have to show you one more time. That, for £9 you could create. All you've got to add on is a little bit of chain, a clasp and some findings. That's it. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, very high end. If you saw that in a jeweller's window, gosh, I mean, me personally, I'd happily outlay 50, 60, 70 pounds on that and still think I'd got a good deal.
Yes, and I think what a wonderful present to make for someone.
Oh, yeah. They'd never know you'd made it for sort of 9, 10, 15 pounds.
No.
Never. Okay, well done, everybody. Now, now. Okay. Now then, I'm going to show you 3 gorgeous, and I do mean absolutely gorgeous, shell pearl. Now, you had the white 6mm shell pearl 2 strands in the kit earlier. Now, I've got one more strand to come, but I'm going to show you these 2 first, and then I'm going to show you the 3rd edition as a mega treat, because we don't see them very often. Okay, so we've got, lovely, we've got these gorgeous pink shell pearls in the 10mm rounds. Then you got the hazy violet. Oh my goodness me, what a I mean, just those 2 there, what a glorious combination. But if you want to throw an additional shape in a complementary colour into the mix, we don't have these very often. Oh, hello. Look at those. Oh, they are absolutely juice-delicious. You could just munch on them, couldn't you? They are 13mm drop, at the widest point 10mm across. And again, look at that. Look at that for a design for a 3-strand necklace as well. What a divine, absolutely divine colour coordination there. I mean, I know there's a contrast, but it's just as if they were meant to be together for all time. They're magical. And those, I have to say, if you could create those, if you wanted to make a double strand necklace there or double strand bracelet, then you could have the same colour but a slightly different shape, obviously, and then have those as your earring drops. They are just begging to be an earring, aren't they, those? They really... And that hazy violet, what a beautiful name for a colour. Hazy violet. Yeah, and if you popped in some lovely rose gold findings, I'm thinking... Prue, do you know what my producer Martha's just said? What? She said, apparently for older ladies, pink is very flattening. Is that why you'd like them and why you're wearing a pink top?
Don't work with her again.
Okay, Martha. Okay, Prue. There you go, Martha, sorry. Prue said. It's a good job we don't take offence here, isn't it? It is, isn't it? It's such a good job. It's a good job I like her. That could change. Okay. Oh, is that the should be? Oh, brilliant. So less than well, £5.30, £5.29 each. How about we take all 3 strands of the hazy violet and that beautiful, beautiful pink to less than, that's £3.32 each. £3 and... Shall I give you a quick idea of how many's on, just say one of them? Would that help? I've only got 50, they've got to be ever so quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. I've got 40 just on that strand. Just on the pink. Don't they look lovely on the hand like that? Oh, I tell you what, that's just desperate. They are 3 gorgeous. Because can you see these are like a slightly different variation of your pinks look. 2 slightly different. Look at that. They're more sort of a slightly more baby pink. They're more of a rose gold pink, and then you've got that lovely hazy. I love that name, hazy violet. Oh, I do like that name, hazy violet. And these are the treat. These ones here, because I tell you what, we don't get those very often. What would you do with these if you got these, Prue?
Well, I think with a drop like that, you can make a very interesting shape to almost the sweetheart neckline to the front of a necklace by starting the beading thread in the middle and bringing it up in the drop, and then bringing it up on either side. So you get, and that's really flattering to the neck for the older woman. Makes it look longer.
They're all being cheeky because I'm 45 on Friday. I'm getting old. No, but I know what you mean, because...
So you get a really pretty shape to it. But what I think's lovely about that is to get the 3 very close colours but different, because they would be impossible to source on your own just from pictures on the internet. You know, it's been done for you now.
Yeah, exactly. That is... Oh, pretty... Isn't she lovely? I keep telling... I can't stop telling her how lovely she is. Sorry, Prue.
My sons don't know who you're talking about.
I'm going to come and have a chat with them. I am. I'm going to come and tell them. Because we kids sometimes don't appreciate the value of our mums. She said, well, I certainly didn't till my... Well, when your mum's gone, then you're in trouble, isn't it? You know, isn't it, Martha? When we've lost our... You know, my mum, off she went, just as I bought a new house, and I needed to know how to cook a joint of lamb, and she'd gone.
Oh.
You know. But, yeah. Right, where've they gone? Where did I get... Oh, yes, got them. Okay. Oh, do you know, I've got this lovely array of, like Aladdin's cave down here. Sorry, you know you've told me 7 times where we're going. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Now, we saw our lovely Linda Bromwell this morning, didn't we? Now, Linda Bromwell, lovely Linda Bromwell, she loves her smoky quartz, but yeah, we feel that she's slightly addicted. Well, they're all friends, these. They don't want to come apart. Look, they don't want to come apart, look. Okay, now, yeah, Linda Bromwell is addicted, practically, and I don't blame her, because I tell you what, I think if you speak to most of the presenters and guest designers here, Jasper, I think because of that array of colour, I think it's... Here we go. Look at those now. Triple trouble. 3 lots. Now, we've got double strands here, so this is what I always like to show you, look, because look how much, when I pop those over the hand, look how much hides behind the hand. Each one of these, now they're one of the longest double strands that we do, an 88 centimetre. That is 2.64 metres. Wow, over 2.5 metres of gorgeous jasper. Now, look at the colours you can see there. We can see brick reds, caramels, greens, creams, mulberries, plums, variations of greens as well. They're beautiful, aren't they? Oh. Now, my producer Martha, even though she's in big fat trouble, 660 carats. She went, we do like twisting our gemstones. Oh, look what I've just made. Prue.
In a second.
In a second. Look how good, I tell you.
So you get all those colours mingling together. Yes.
Oh, it's all spicy, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, gosh, the colours. Okay, now, I don't have many. That's the only thing that's a real shame. Okay, hang on. Are you really good for all 3 strands? Right, prepare yourselves, okay? 3 double strands, 2.64 metres. Hang on a second, right. For those of you that have just channel hopped and landed off and thought, what is going on here? Well, something's going on here that shouldn't, right? On Jewellery Maker, we're not supposed to ever go below $6.95. That is our baseline price, okay? And that's for 1 strand. Now, that effectively is 2 strands for a start. Okay, so you've effectively, even though it's 3 double strands, if you think about it, that's effectively therefore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strands, realistically. Should be at $6.95 a piece. We have just given you, we've basically given you a double strand of jasper for below the baseline price that we should go to, and then we have thrown in a further 440 carats of glorious jasper FOC, free of charge. I mean, that sheer 660 carats of a genuine gemstone created by Mother Nature, Prue, we've gone to £5.95. That in some, I mean, that literally in some shops is a decent sandwich and a packet of crisps.
Yeah,
isn't it?
That's a very good way of putting it. Yeah,
it is,
absolutely.
though, isn't it?
And it gives you such a potential to explore, doesn't it? You don't need to worry about trying something a little bit unusual, because you know you haven't paid a fortune for them, so you can play and experiment.
Exactly, takes the pressure off, doesn't it?
Yes, and that's when the best designs come out. You know,
those happy accidents or those those. And look at that there, because Mother Nature's created all those colours together. It's like when you get all different variations of wood, they cannot clash. It's impossible, because they are created by Mother Nature. Just divine. Really gorgeous. So, we've got a lot of people buying too. We've got Jack in Somerset. Hello, I'm going out with a Jack this evening. Maureen, Pamela, Diane, Susan, Anne, Isabel, Collector in... Oh, got lots of people in Angus today. Do you know just the last 3 people have come in are all from Angus? Collector, Isabel. Where's the other one? Isabel, yeah, collector. And we've got another collector from Angus. All from Angus, wow. And now we've got Peter. Oh, we've got some lovely gents with us today. How wonderful. And Sally and Mary. We've got Deborah across the pond in Pennsylvania. Oh, I've never been to Pennsylvania.
No, nor have I. Wouldn't mind giving it a go.
Yes, we should go on a Jewellery Maker expedition,
yes,
shouldn't we,
We'll look up Deborah.
Yeah. Now, those will all be go, so you do have to be quick on those, obviously. Incredible. Now, yesterday on the Late Show, we had just one opportunity to get a delicious, and if I remember correctly, I can't believe I remember the size, it was a 14 by 10 mil cabochon in Morganite, a 5 carat. So what we thought we'd do today is bring you 2 strands of natural Morganites in these lovely droplets. And now, Morganite was discovered by one of the most famous of all gemologists. He also discovered kunzite. He is George Frederick Kunz. Now, he did find Morganite, but he named it after a good friend of his, another good gemologist and a big customer of Tiffany & Company in New York. And he named them after the financier, you might have heard of him, John Pierpont Morgan. And look at those though, I mean they're just so subtle. And it's a very unique, we've had to put in capitals there, low stock, and that is an understatement, I tell you right now. It's going to be first come, first served. And just a little heads up here, if you think about Morganite being part of the beryl family, well that includes emerald, doesn't it? And you wait till you see the emerald that we've got in the kit coming up this afternoon in about just over half an hour's time. Gorgeous, isn't it, Prue?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Tells you how much we love Prue when we give her a fantastic strand of emerald, doesn't it?
Yes, that's what we all look at as guest designers. They look at, yes, they like me.
Yeah,
they give me that, they like me.
We do though, don't we? That's how we sort of pride ourselves. What have I been given today? How liked am I today? So, Morganite, dreamy, dreamy, beautiful, feminine, pastel, glorious. Fantastic. And do you know what as well, just to mention, don't ever let the pastel hue of Morganite fool you. It's a really hard gemstone. I mean, it's right up there with spinel. It's 8. It can only on the most hardness scale, so that's everyday wear. Don't worry about that, everyday wear. This can only be surpassed by ruby, sapphire and diamond in hardness. So it's a real hard gem. That means you can wear it pretty much without worrying too much about it. It's fantastic. And it is so pretty. So, so pretty. Okay, now when I said we were in low stock, a third has already gone, and you've already checked out at the higher price, but we're going to beat that for you. Okay. Now, if I were to bring you this at $9.95, you'd be a bit chuffed, wouldn't you? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Hang on a second, right? That means that both of these have gone to £4.98 each. £4.98 for genuine Morganite. Now we've just, actually just to mention as well, if you are collecting gemstones from around the world, and I know a lot of people are trying to get gemstones from every location on the planet, these are actually, we rarely see them from the United States of America, but these are actually from the US of A, which is very unusual for Morganite, and they are absolutely beautiful. Really, really beautiful. They're really, really beautiful. I'll just hold these out for you, just have a little look. Now, just to mention as well, 500% in the last 6 months this has gone up. So how on earth we can be going against the trend and going in the opposite direction on the pricing beats me, but there you go. Let's do it. We want to make sure you get hold of these. They are so beautiful. Well done to Claire, to Collector in Essex, to Pamela, Helen. Oh, lots of Helens, look. Sally, Diane, Margaret. They're so pretty. If I was at home at $9.95, our Morganite's gone up 500% in 6 months. I'd have at least 2 of those.
Yeah, definitely. It's lovely to see all the spring tones coming through. It's good to stock up on this. They're all ready to...
Get yourselves all ready.
Yes, get beyond Christmas, get beyond New Year, get into all the spring-like colours.
Because you see that when you go through the... obviously, it's the same with jewellery, but it's the same as when you go to a department store or a clothing store or whatever, and you can literally walk in one day. They don't even need to... You wouldn't need to know what season it was outside, I don't think. If you were blindfolded and you put the clothing on each season, you could guess everyone, couldn't you? You know, you go into the beiges, the darks, the blacks, the silvers, the greys for winter, and then as soon as spring comes, it all goes pastel.
Yes.
Just gorgeous. So well done, everybody. Totally natural, totally natural. Grab them what you can. Now, we had all those lovely ribbons earlier that we've never seen before that Prue fell in love with. So what we thought we'd do is bring you something we've not seen for a while. The ribbons were brand new. They've all sold out, sorry. So what we thought we'd do... Now, look, I'm going to stack them up because I want to just show you. And they would complement, because we think in the ribbons we had the pinks, the purples, we had all those blues, we had those blacks, those silvers, we had reds, greens, oranges. So these would complement beautifully, wouldn't they? So we've got this, I mean, look at that. I mean, talk about, yeah, Bollywood colours really, aren't they? And sari colours and, oh. Now this is a gorgeous fuchsia, beautiful. We've got these delightful, now I think that's actually classed as a parrot green. Very nice. And then we've got, I tell you what, I don't know if you like me, Prue, but in my front garden, the daffodils are so confused with the mild weather. They're coming up.
It's, yes, we're starting to see some action there as well.
Yeah. They're proper. I've even got buds on all my trees.
Really?
Yeah, they're all confused. And then we've got that beautiful chocolate brown. Then we've got the gorgeous cobalt blue. And then you're getting 2 lots of everything there. Okay. Should I hold one out for you to have a little cheeky look? Which... I was just going to ask you, Prue, what colour you'd like, but Martha, can we have the pink, please? She's been so cheeky, Prue. Oh, I tell you what, oh, hang on. 80 centimetres in length. Could make a miniskirt, couldn't you?
You could. You could. I was thinking of something much more modest.
What were you thinking?
I'd make it into a double scarf, so I'd make it, I'd sew all round it, turn it, to have it inside out, sew all round to make it into a little scarf, but then sew beads along the ends, so you just tie it round your neck and then you've got the little beads at the end.
Did I mention it was my birthday on Friday, Prue? That sounds lovely. So cheeky, I'm kidding.
Just bring it over here.
She went to bring it. They are so vibrant though, aren't they? I mean, look at that, just with my top look. Look at that, it's a beautiful, oh. Yeah, or when you're in one of your convertible cars and you see all the, like Audrey Hepburn, she's got that lovely, it won't look as good on me, but all look like Pink Riding Hood. Oh, Grandma, what big teeth you've got. They're lovely. They are lovely. So there's 10 pieces in total because we've actually given you 2 lots there, my lovelies. Oh, I've got into fairy tale mode now. Fancy going to a what do you call it when you do the pantomime? That's all. How about we go to? Could we go to about? Oh, I don't. £1 each? No, surely can we? Oh, she has as well. Didn't expect to do that. Thanks, Martha. So 2 lots of all the colours. Okay, so you've got your beautiful fuchsia, your beautiful parrot green, daffodil yellow, your chocolate brown and your cobalt blue. Okay, so all those lovely colours. Times that by 2, 80 centimetres across by 30 centimetres even. 80 centimetres across, 30 centimetres in width, and they are just lovely. Oh. Gorgeous. Yeah, lovely way to hand make scarves and put all the lovely... You could make birthstone scarves, couldn't you?
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Put some of the black diamonds into a scarf.
And easy, very easy to do.
Yeah, I bet that actually, I bet that is actually really... I wouldn't have thought that because you could, as you said, sew 2 pieces together and then you got that shimmer on both sides.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's great, isn't she? You should be guest designer, Prue.
Do you think
brilliant.
so? Shall I apply?
I think you should. I think we'd snap your hand off, Prue. Right then, now, speaking of gorgeous rainbows... Oh. Okay. I think everybody loves a rainbow, don't they?
Oh, yes.
Are you like me? If you see a rainbow, you go running out and you watch it until it disappears.
Yes, and try to take photos of it. Now that we've got cameras on our phones, we end up looking through them. We've got lots of photos of rainbows.
Yeah, I was going to say, the amount of times I've pulled over on a road and tried to take a photograph. It's lovely. Okay, so these are, what I love about these, they're really versatile, they're really strong. Now you could use all of these really, couldn't you, for your kumahimo?
Yes,
and, yeah, absolutely, your macrame.
Yes.
Now this here, don't forget what this is. This is your Paracord, 4mm Paracord. It's rainbow, 16 foot. This used to be used actually in parachutes. That's how strong this is. And my fellow was in the Navy, in the Royal Navy, on the submarines for 14 years, and he said actually when they had to sort of set up camp, they would take Paracord and put the tarpaulin over it. It's a really robust, very well used thread. Yeah, it's absolutely fabulous, this Paracord. And look, let me just show you that as well. Look at that. I'd thread that through my walking boots and I'd have that as some really cool shoelaces. That's what I'd do.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? Full of fun. And then I've just got to show you this. So you've got the Paracord. In fact, you've got 16 feet of the Paracord. And then you've got these. Now I'm just checking, 30 metres. They just make you smile, don't they? Oh gosh. I'd love to see the creations you made earlier with this as well, because you've got the tinsel brocade with that as well, haven't you?
It would work really well.
Yeah, really pretty.
Yes.
So this is 2mm across, 30 metres of the rainbow colour zari. Look at that. I've just opened it up there for you. Golds, pinks, blues, greens. It is a happy braid, isn't it? Very happy, just makes you smile. Look at that. Ooh, it is like a disco, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it is. La discotheque. Lovely. And then the satin cords. So there you go, your lovely satin cords. I like all these. Lots of, look at all that colour. All the colours you could wish for there.
Yes, yes. They're all there.
They are, aren't they? Everything. Green, purple, blue, yellow, red, orange. Okay, so on the satin cords, I'm not a producer. I'm fine in the end on these. Are you having a laugh? No. I'm just trying to find the end. Hang on a second. Ah, right, okay, now we've done it. Right then, let me show you this, because I want to show you it unravelled. So it's a bit like the ribbons that we had earlier for you, wasn't it?
And the same thing, it has a set repeat. So you find the repeat and you can have it as a
I'll tell you what, we'll find the repeat right now. That's what we'll do. Here we go. So it's exactly what happened with the ribbon that we showed you. Oh, it's got a lovely... I tell you what, when you do that and you go home, you'll go, oh, I know what she meant now. That lovely satin feel. So it starts with the purple look. And then it graduates through the colours. You go purple, you go variations of blues, neon blue, then you go greens, then you go, oh, it's back to the 80s. I want to go out and have a little, get my leg warmers on and my disco roller boots. There's my yellow, there's my oranges, there's my beautiful pinks, and then we're back to the purple again. Isn't that gorgeous? So we could do the same. So with the bracelet that you did with the ribbons, we could do with these, couldn't we? With the satin cords.
Absolutely. Or any of the necklaces where you've got the colour graduating round from one side to another. You just line up the repeat and put it onto your disc.
And again with that satin feel.
Very nice. Yes.
Oh yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, so you could recreate, if you watched our lovely Prue's demonstration earlier on, if you wanted to recreate those necklaces and those beautiful bracelets with the technique that Prue showed you, then you could try it with the satin cord as well. Yeah, lovely. Okay, so 2 lots of satin cord with those repeat. In fact, I'll tell you how long the repeat is. That would help, wouldn't it? Because you had 70 centimetres on the ribbon, didn't you? Should we just test that again? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay, so the repeat is, let's see how different it is. The repeat is not far off, 75 centimetres.
Interesting.
So the repeat's every 75 centimetres. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, let's do the price for you. For all 4 of them, my lovely girl. You little minx. You little minx. So 2 of those. And as I said, really versatile, really strong, lots of lovely colours. 2 of the satin cords. They are lovely. And your zari and your paracord. £6.95. Well done, everybody. Well done. Oh, Johnny Belfast has got 2. Why not? Maureen, collectors in Surrey, Claire in Bristol, Katie in Yorkshire. Good luck there, my darling. £6.95. Well done. Well done. Right then. Now, we've been doing some lovely kumahimo with our lovely Prue of Prue Mahimo fame. So we thought we'd better bring you as many kumahimo little treats. And don't forget, I did say to you we will be bringing you the round board and the square board a bit later on. So we will be bringing you those. Okay, and we'll be bringing those individually, as we promised. Okay, so now excuse me, they're in the plastic boxes, but let me just give you a little show of each one. So we've gone rose gold again. Now you've got your plated toggle tasps? No, toggle clasps. Sorry about that. Toggle clasps. I'll get my teeth in a minute. My teeth are gone. Right. Do you want to take over, Prue?
I might have
I seem to have lost the ability to speak. What are you talking about? I have no idea. So these are the very, very generous, I think we're going to say, toggle clasps with the cord endings, which is what you need for your kumihimo and your macrame. They're 3.2mm and you get 3 of them in there and they are rose gold plated. Okay, then if I just lie those down for a second and hold these up for you, because then you've got the absolutely gorgeous hook clasps there for you, again with the same endings, 3.2mm, 3 again. And then in here we've got the kumihimo accessory pack, all rose gold plated, and that's got the lovely little connectors and those little end caps there as well. Okay, so you're getting 3 lots there: your toggle clasps, your hooks, your hook clasps, and your accessory pack for your kumihimo.
You can never have enough.
Do you know, joking aside, I know you think we would say that, you generally can't.
No,
can
I'm
you?
saying that quite honestly, yes.
Yeah. Because the worst thing is, and I think I'd like to think you'll agree with me on this, when you've got in the flow and you've created your braid, you've created your jewellery, you've got to that point where you want to finish it off, if you run out, now sometimes there's a danger of you never going back to that piece and finishing it, isn't there? It can be that extreme, can't it?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the smaller ones are perfect for if you're doing 8 cords of Eslon, and the larger ones are for the satin cord as well. So they're the perfect size for what you're going to, for the materials you're using.
Exactly, so you want the right clasp for the right amount.
Exactly.
So, yes, you use
they do need to be a good fit, and they are a good fit. They're designed for that.
Wonderful. Do you put a little bit of glue in the end? Do you?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just and make sure you leave with glue. It's all about technique, so make sure you don't keep tugging at them and testing them or whatever. Use any of the really strong glues that we sell that is designed for that purpose, and glue them and leave them. Put them away for whatever the manufacturer says. It can be 48 hours for E6000.
Really?
Yeah.
So
but that will give you
to leave them.
Yes, that will give you the bond that you need, because you do. If you're relying on glue, you need a good bond. So that's my advice.
You are quite right, because I got sent some pencils from an online site for somebody for Christmas, and it had been the perforation had come open. So we used some glue, and of course I was just like that, kept testing it, kept saying to myself, it hasn't worked, and then we left it overnight, came back, brilliant.
Yes.
So
because each time you test it, you break the bond.
Break it, absolutely. So yeah, leave the. So would you go E6000, all the GS52 fabric, any of those?
Yes, yes, any of those. And some, you might find some household glues as well. Just check the manufacturer's instructions. I think E6000 is probably the most
best.
popular of those.
Great.
It is the waiting time with that though.
So just leave it a good amount of time.
Yes.
Okay. Now we've actually on those, we've gone to £2.99 each for you. Yeah, £2.99 each. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? For each one of those, that is brilliant. You've got 3 in each. So 3 in each of if I hold those two together, 3 in each of those. And funnily enough, 3 in there. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. So basically, 99p, £1 each. £1 each, yeah. Hey. Tell you what, I should have been a mathematician. I wouldn't mind that I got a U in my O-level. I actually did as well.
Did you?
Yeah, there was a reason for it. Somebody played me up in the exam. Stuart Golden, I'll never... If you're watching, it's your fault. It was, he played me up all through the exam. Oh. Got ungraded. How embarrassing is that?
It's almost an achievement in itself.
Oh, that's exactly... Prue, please let me adopt you. Will you just come round for dinner one night, please?
I wouldn't say that to my sons if they got used.
Yeah.
You'd see a different side to me
exactly,
then.
yeah. To be fair, it genuinely was not my fault. It genuinely was not. And I did take it again. Right, sorry. No, I've just been talking about a naughty boy with a surname of Golden. Oh, these are weighty. Oh, hang on. Gosh, you know they're there. Oh, well, imagine these are the black agates we had earlier. Oh,
yes.
Oh, they're lovely. In fact, Claire McDonald yesterday was so knocked out with her award that she won for Design of the Year, she actually wore her trophy round her neck last night.
That's brilliant.
She used some of our aluminium chain, but these would have done as well. Yeah, she wore it throughout the show.
Good on her.
A bit of fun, haven't you?
Yes.
Big and bold. Big and and bold, yeah, because some of us love to make a massive statement with our jewellery. I mean, look, Hannah Osborne, our gorgeous guest designer, Hannah Osborne, she would love these. They are huge. They are massive. How often do we see a 14mm round? And a 1,000 carats of gemstone. Oh, they are massive. Let me try and see if I can show you the drill hole. See the noise it takes when I just place them gently on the work surface. Now, obviously, we've got the cord through the drill hole, but that's going to take a hefty wire or cord through there, look. I'll twist that round for you, look. There you go. That's a belter. I mean, it's a double-threaded cord through there, look. I'd have said that's quite big, isn't it? Mm. That's a big drill hole.
Which means you could do the double cord method of knotting, which is much easier than the single one. I think Jan has shown it a couple of times.
Yeah, she has, Jan Dwyer, yeah.
And if you can get two through, it's a lot easier.
I think as well you'd also want the security on something because it's got quite a weight to it, these have. So you can really feel these gemstones. They're very dramatic. Golden colour-coated hematite for you in these smooth rounds. 14mm, massive carat weight, 1,000 carats. We are about to take these. Well, my producer's just said, Martha, where she's going. I'm not going to read that out until she said, oh, she has as well. £5.99 each. £5.99 each. Again, we've gone below where we should be for both strands. That's incredible. Big and bold. Oh, I do like that description. Yeah. Big and bold. I get called big and bold, but I'm not so sure about that. Hence why I'm about to lose weight. 11.90, they're so much fun. Now, because of the weight, would you tend to use those sparingly, Prue, or would you just go all out?
Well, I think you can go either way. But what strikes me about the size is you could actually do a nice little bit of wire wrapping on the outside.
Yeah.
You know, get some little decorative scrolls and things because you've got enough surface area there, so you could have a lot of fun with those.
Yeah.
So maybe you could just have 3 in the middle of the necklace with a bit of wire work on them, or like that, go for a massive great bracelet.
Yeah, I'm just thinking there, a nice big double bracelet, or again throw in the 9mm agates there, black agates that we had earlier as well, or intersperse them, and they would just look gorgeous. Gorgeous. Well done. Now then, we did promise you earlier on when our lovely, lovely Prue was showing us how to do those beautiful pieces of jewellery earlier. Now, I'm limited on these. I am. We're going straight the round or the square? Round. I'm going to go. Right, you ready? On and gone. Be quick. Grab them while you can. It's the large Kumihimo disc. Have you seen the price there, Prue? £1.95.
I have. I don't need to say anything. That's brilliant.
That is incredible. Now, really, really quickly, can I just ask you the difference? Why would you use a round and why would you use a square?
Right, you make completely different braids on them. So on the square, you make more of a flat strap type of braid, and on the round, you make more of a round braid.
Yeah.
You know, there is a bit of crossover between the two, but to be honest, it's always best to have the best tools, particularly at that price. Have both, have several, because if you use thick cords in them, the slots get a little bit stretched. Yeah. So I've got a great pile of Kumihimo boards.
That doesn't surprise me.
And I use them all. Even the very first one I got all those years ago, which has been stretched, but sometimes I've been Kumihimoing scarves or that t-shirt material. So you'll never not use them, but you do need new ones for the very fine cords.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. And at £1.90, now the round one's gone.
I didn't think I needed to say anything really.
The round one has gone. So we'll give you the square one. We're limited again on this. You saw how few we had. Well, I'll tell you what, can we take this at the same price? Because, I don't want to restrict people. Oh gosh, we've even got less of the square one. Okay, this is your square 14cm Kumihimo disc to make your professional braided jewellery, as it quite clearly says there on the front. And as Prue's just, how many do you reckon you've got, Prue?
Oh, I don't know, I've got a great stack of
them. Massive stack. Yes, She's got a towering inferno of Kumihimo discs.
And they all get used, even though the cat does have a chew on them sometimes.
Yeah, your cat likes your Kumihimo discs.
Yeah. Something for everyone.
Something for everyone, indeed. Right, okay, I did say on and gone, and they have. On and gone, well done, congratulations. I think it's these ones here on my desk. Now, what we thought we'd done, what we do even, it's about time we bought you some solid 925 sterling silver, okay? And if you, there's so many of our guest designers and our Jewellery Maker audience that have come in onto the workshops and said, I've got into the habit now of never ever finishing a piece of jewellery off without finishing it off with a crimp cover. Do you
definitely, yes, because they're very easy to use. And they just give a very professional finish.
Don't they just? Yes. Absolutely. Now, when you do create jewellery, if you are selling your jewellery or you're giving your jewellery away and you're saying to somebody, right, this, and you're sort of setting your stall out and saying, right, this piece of jewellery is sterling silver, that has to include everything down to the tiny detail, including your headpin, including your clasp, including your crimp cover, everything that you use. If you call your jewellery sterling silver, everything, and people do sometimes forget about the crimp and the crimp cover. No. Got to be every single element to the design. Now we're going to give you 100 of these approximately. Beautiful finish, gorgeous crimp bead covers, and these were your 3 mils. They're again nice, generous crimp bead cover. Solid 925 sterling silver. I'm very intrigued to see where our lovely producer Martha's going to go on this, because they are solid 925 sterling silver. You are getting 100 of them. We don't have these all too often, so this is very much you saw how quickly the Kuma Hemo boards went, the round and the square. If you do want some sterling silver crimp covers, grab these while you can, okay, because they're not always in stock. They are beautiful. Now, out of all the precious metals, whether it's gold, rose gold, platinum, doesn't matter what, this is the precious metal that has the most luster. So if you want sparkle, if you want if you want the light to really shimmer and ricochet off your findings on your jewellery, then sterling silver every single time. They're gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to try and do a tweezerville of just one of them. Oh, everybody's now we've only had these twice before ever. In fact, I can't remember the last time I bought you sterling silver precious. Do you know, we think this is the first time we might have seen these since about the summertime. Oh, look at those. Let me just show you that in my tweezers, look. There we go. Perfect crimp bead cover. Solid 925. Okay, are you ready, my gorgeous lot? Because we don't think we've just been looking at the history on these. We don't think we've seen them since August time, since the summertime. Since the summertime. Okay. Right, okay, they are solid 925 sterling silver. We'll take those to... Oh, hang on. 40, really? Gosh, I didn't expect that. Wow, that is brilliant. Yeah, is that do we equate that to about 15 pence each? That's about right, isn't it? Help me out, I got you, Prue.
I haven't got my maths head on.
It's all right, my darling. You concentrate on what you're doing over there, lovely girl. Just get herself all ready. Christina, Pauline, Kathy, Adele, Stephanie, Jo, Sapphire, Sylvia, Jean, Sally, Maureen, Susan, and the list goes on there. Isabel in Angus, my lovely girl. Katie in Yorkshire, good luck, my lovely girl. What a treat. So if you think about it, August, what's that? September, October, November, December, 5 months. 5 months since we've seen these. Sorry about that. But they are hard to come by, as we've proven there. Okay, so there you go. $14.95. Well done. I'll tell you what. We're in the kit coming up after the break. We spoiled Prue and we gave her some fantastic emerald, didn't we, Prue?
Did indeed.
Oh, we did. We thought she was worth it. And she's proved us right, as we knew she would, with her jewellery creations. So I'll stick with sterling silver for you in my... Okay. Now, this is the pendant collection, which is great. Okay. Now, all different types. Okay. Now, you get 4 variations. They're all 925 sterling silver. So if you want to get some gemstones, if you've got any in your stash, then of course you can use those. Or if you can always go onto the Gem Collector website as well and get some to fit. These are, this is for your cushion shaped gemstone. So you're looking for an 8x6 mil. But as I said, if you've not got any in your stash, have a look at the Jewellery Maker website. If there aren't any there for you, then you can go onto the Gem Collector website, okay? Solid 925 sterling silver mount. They are prong set. So again, there are tutorials on the website to teach you how to just push those prong sets into position. We do have the prong setting pliers as well. So again, just have a look on the website. And they are just gorgeous. So that's for your cushion shape, 8 by 6 mil. Then this one here, look at this, for your lovely oval gemstone. All solid 925 sterling silver. There's a lot of silver here. Then again, same size as your cushion shape, but 8 by 6 mil. Prong set again. Got the bail already there for you. So, you know, they're just such a professional finish, these. And then we also then give you 2, if I just show you these now, pop these in for you. These are for your pear-shaped. Okay, just double checking. Did you get 2 of these? Okay. 4 in total, you get 2. So these are like a star shape almost, those, aren't they? Just thinking, yeah, you could put polymer clay pieces in there and resin pieces in there. Of course you could, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to look after you here. For all 4 of those, bear in mind they are solid 925 sterling silver, we should be £23.80. Are you ready for this? This is about to be absolutely unbelievable. Get ready, get that pricing. Come on, you, stop being cheeky. £12.95. Do you know what? I'm gonna say now, just for this one here, just for your cushion shape. Do you agree, Prue? That would be brilliant just for that one, wouldn't it?
Yes, absolutely. That's a spectacular piece, isn't it? Yeah.
Incredible. £12 and just 95 just for that one. But no, we don't just throw that in. We're going to give you the pear shape, the oval, and the 2 stars there as well. So you've got incredible. The oval, the 2 pear shape, and the cushion. £12.95, all in solid 925 sterling silver. Absolutely wonderful. I've never seen that happen before. That is truly, truly brilliant. Incredible. Half the stock's already gone. Sorry about that. But of course, when we do a deal this good, that is incredible, isn't it? What we're talking, £3.25 each? £3.25 each. That is incredible. Incredible. Okay, coming up after the break, grab the last few of those. They will all go, so well done. Solid 925 sterling silver. Now get ready, because coming up after the break, we've got some stunning Essilon threads, some gorgeous emeralds. They are unbelievable. Wait to see Prue's fantastic demonstration as well. So I'll see you in a few seconds.
Get creating stunning designs in no time at all with this brilliant introduction to Kumihimo DVD with guest designer Sarah Elvin. These easy to follow steps on this DVD will make you feel like you have your own personal tutor and will show you the best techniques to get you started with this amazing medium. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker. Join guest designer Gemma Crow as she brings you a fascinating DVD that teaches you how to create all of your important findings that are essential to everybody's collection. Gemma will take you through step by step to create all of your finishing touches that bring your pieces to life, essential for all jewellery makers. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Labradorite is an incredibly popular gemstone here at Jewellery Maker. As a member of the Feldspar family, this particular gemstone shows beautiful blue flashes as light hits the internal structure. The different layers that make up this structure give rise to really interesting colour play on the surface of the gemstone. The most usual colours we see are blue to violet, but you can also see flashes of orange and red. Its optical properties such as these, it gives gemstones the edge, as these properties cannot be simulated by man.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
From the islands of French Polynesia, we bring you a pearl cultivated in the South Pacific Ocean. These pearls are expertly cared for by our skilled specialists all year round. Tahitian pearls on average take 2 years to form. They show a deep, lustrous quality, and the colour can vary to include overtones of green, pinks and blues. Pearls from this region are some of the best the South Pacific can offer. Don't miss our Tahitian pearl collection.
Hello, my lovelies. Welcome. Oh, I quite like standing here in the middle of the room. It's very funny. I'm tap dancing Zena. Hi. Happy New Year. Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. I keep saying Happy New Year. I don't know. I'm going to stop doing that.
Next week.
Next week. Do you think next week?
Yeah, I think this week's fine. I'm saying it this week.
Okay,
next
right.
Week.
Okay. So
No
after
more.
this week, we're done. Right. That beautiful lady over there, gorgeous Prue, who's got her own wonderful brand of Prue Mahimo, haven't you, lovely lady? How convenient. Yes. That it rhymed with Kumahimo. It was very apt, wasn't it?
Exactly. I would have chosen something different otherwise. A different craft.
Exactly, yeah. Now, Prue's already said today, we're about to show you a fantastic kit. There are 3 parts to the kit. All incredible. We've got the Essilon threads that we promised you. We've got some beautiful golden hearts. We've got some incredible emerald. And if you're anything like me, green's my favourite colour, so I'm in heaven at the moment, I have to say, absolute heaven. Now, the first kit that we bought you with our lovely Prue today sold out, and there were only 99. So again, it's a first come, first served. It really is. And we've got another wonderful demonstration with Prue. You will be captivated. So don't worry too much if you missed the first one. We've got a whole nother opportunity for you right now. Okay, so if I talk you through the, oh, I forgot the obsidian as well. I've got obsidian in this as well. So if you don't mind, I'll show you the strands first. Then I'll show you the, oh, nearly knocked myself out with the graphics then. Then I'll show you the Essilon threads as well. Okay, so if I start with the hearts in the middle, because these are your golden colour-coated hematite hearts. I don't know about you, Prue, but every time I see a heart or a star or a flower in a gemstone, I just think it's just desirable instantly.
Yes, universal appeal, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
yeah.
It's a pretty shape, it has meaning, it's got everything going for it.
So many emotions and connections and, oh, it's just what emotion, it's beautiful. Then here, now this is an absolute, I have never seen, we had some golden obsidian rounds in a kit the other day, and I think it was with Fleur, if I remember correctly, and she said she went straight out and bought them. They were that good. And these are at 2 mil. I don't think I've ever seen 2 mil in golden obsidian. Now this gemstone here, if you get it out into daylight, in indoor light it can look jet black. Get it out into natural daylight and these golden, beautiful shimmers will come through. It's incredible. So that with each of these will look gorgeous. And then just have a gorgeous gander at this. This is 95 carats of the most bubblicious, faceted, natural Brazilian colour infused by nature emeralds. They are just now look, just to let you know as well, if I just show you to the end, we do, oh, don't they look lovely together? Look. Oh yeah, we've started it 5 by 3 mil, so they already are massive at the smaller end, aren't they?
Yes.
But then we take it right up to 8 by 4 mil, so they're really juicy. And look at that, every one of them is big, faceted to perfection. Now, what we thought we'd do is we'd keep with that colour theme. So we've got the golden obsidians in the 2 mil. We've got those lovely golden colour-coated hematites, and they're 8 mil, and then the big emeralds. So what we thought we'd do is we've got to give you some lovely Essilon thread that's going to complement. So what we've gone for, 2 different sizes. If I show you these now. And what we've got is, in the green, you've got the 0.4 mil, okay, all 70 metres. And then, if I just put that to one side, you've got the really lovely black. So can you see that there? The black, 2 lots of the green, lovely forest green. And then this really pretty mint green. And actually, I've just seen Prue getting prepared to show you the demonstration on this, and she's actually using the mint green, and it's absolutely
it's a lovely
gorgeous,
colour.
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very gentle and soft. Lovely.
Yeah. And again, very, very subtle and very spring-like again, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Now, as I said, I've got a similar amount of the kit that we had previously. The first one sold out very, very quickly indeed, as it always does with our lovely, lovely Prue, because everybody's coming to see Prue. And the great thing is, if you would like to find out, and we've had lots of questions already, Prue has answered every single one of them. She loves to answer questions, she said. So if you would like to ask any questions from our fantastically talented Prue, please text in on 60777. Start that text of yours with JM Studio and ask away, and she will happily oblige if she can. Okay, my lovely. So we are going to take this. We're going to go straight down to the price. I've got some lovely spaces coming up, and I've got some lovely beads coming up as well to go with this kit. Okay. Honestly, 100% now. Let me tell you. Any one of you that get this strand of emerald, faceted, natural, gorgeous emerald, what I love about that, I don't know if you agree, Prue, is you've got all the shades of emerald.
Yes, yes.
In one strand.
And it's amazing the range in that one strand. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Incredible. So just for $26.95, the emerald itself is incredible. But you then pop in an additional strand of your golden obsidian, that gold to the black in the indoor light to that gold colour in the daylight. Then throw in as well, in addition, those beautiful, gorgeous hematites as well. Golden colour coated there for you. Every one of those just goes great together. Really, really pretty. But then in addition, don't forget as well, you've then got your cords, all 0.4 mil, all 70 metres, 2 lots in the forest green, 1 in the mint green and 1 in the black. Now, would you like to see what our lovely Prue's done with them? Now, okay, we've got bracelets, we've got earrings, and we've got delightful necklaces. I don't know, do you just beam with pride? Because I would, Prue.
Yes, I suppose I do, yes. And it's actually, the creative process is great fun in my home as I do each piece, and I always then put them on bust so I can see what I'm doing the next one. I can see what I've done already, and it is lovely to be surrounded by what you've created.
Absolutely.
Really.
And what I marvel with you, Prue, is your level of creativity and how you come up with these designs. It's just mind-blowing, it really is. I mean, that is just... I'm almost left speechless. It's one of those things that, you know, you sometimes feel like you haven't got the superlatives in your vocabulary to do something justice. They are just, and the way those golden obsidians go with the I'll get my words out in a minute. The golden hematite, it's just divine, beautiful. And again, because it's these Eslon threads, nice and lightweight again.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
And then we've got, in addition, we've got these all these lovely bracelets as well, including this beautiful charm bracelet here. Just and I've got a sneaky feeling we might be able to persuade Prue to show us how to do the charm bracelet with a bit of luck. You never know. I'm just teasing her there, saying which one I'd like her to do. And then if I just pop these to the front of these, because we can't have these hiding at the back. I tell you what, I like the black Eslon with the, oh, that's lovely. And that just shows how you've used the kumihino, one of the cap endings there, doesn't it?
Yes, yes. And a little offcut of kumihimo as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just ask, roughly, the sort of length of cords you would use for those earrings? Because that was one of Bernadette's questions earlier,
it was,
wasn't it?
And I just need to have a think about that because they were actually offcuts from the long piece, but...
you did say that.
For that, you would probably want... You'd probably want 15 centimetres. That's quite a small amount. Probably 20 centimetres on each of 8 cords.
Okay, right. Okay, but yeah, you did say that earlier. Sorry, I did forget about that. We were talking earlier when Bernadette was asking about lengths, and Prue said, actually, if you make a little bit longer and then use the cut-offs, and we suggested earrings, and you said, I've done that.
Absolutely, great minds.
So that, yeah, those are from cut-offs, would you believe? That is incredible. Okay, so those are just cut-offs. That's brilliant. Wow, okay, lovely. They are gorgeous. So you've made all these delightful bracelets. Is that 3 bracelets? Oh yeah. Oh,
it's a double wrap bracelet to have a bit of a change. You see, yes.
Oh, I like that. Sorry, I've just pulled it a little bit, but yeah, lovely. Absolutely. Oh, I love that. What a lovely idea. Double strap bracelet. I like that.
Well, kumihimo is such fun to do. Sometimes the bracelet's a bit small. You know, you want to do more kumihimo, so just do more. Do a double wrap. Yeah.
Double wrap.
Triple wrap.
Yes, there you go. Right, then, so a double wrap bracelet, another 2 bracelets, 2 pairs of earrings, 2 necklaces. Wow.
Incredible.
And lots of cord left over.
A lot.
Of course,
I had a feeling there'd be lots of cord left. So, are we going to do the one?
I think we could run to that. Yeah.
You're so lovely. I was off then. Did you see that? I couldn't wait. Maggie, I'm sorry. Everybody to the crew team. That was me. I was too excited. It was my fault. Going again. Right then. Okay, so don't forget, text in 60777JM Studio. Start that text with, and they can have a look. They can ask you anything they like, can't they?
Yep. And I'll try. If I don't know the answer, I will find out and I will post it somewhere. I'll post it on my guest designer website.
Have we managed to ever find anything that you don't know?
Oh, yeah, yes, I'm
Surely
sure.
not.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, there are always different ways of doing it. So I'll always come up with an answer, but there might, then in the fullness of time, I might think of a few other answers. But that's the great thing about kumihimo and jewellery making in general. There are always different ways of... What's that terrible phrase? Skinning a cat?
It's not
I'm a cat lover as well, but anyhow.
At one point, we had 13 cats in my mum's house.
Right, Laura and Gwen,
Hello, gorgeous. She said, hello, ladies, hello. I love your designs, Prue.
Oh, thank you very much.
Can I please ask, if you are doing a fully beaded kumihimo bracelet, do you put beads on all the cords? Thank you, Laura in Gwent.
Yeah, very good question. Yes, you generally would. And that will give you the really full... encrusted look, basically, the full look, but you don't have to. So if you have, you might have beads on 4 cords and you'll see a little bit of the braid in between. That's a really pretty look, particularly if you're using a contrast braid. Or you may decide to have beads on 2 cords or 1 cord, and that'll just be a little feature popping out of the braid here and there.
Depends how gem heavy you want it.
So it's 1, 2, 4 or 8.
Wow.
Thank you. And Annie Kay says, hello, lovely girl in John O'Groats. Hi, ladies, Prue. Now, my tension is quite tight, because you were saying everybody's got a different tension.
Yes, absolutely.
So she said, so my cords are a bit stiff. I use a 50-gram weight. Should it be heavier, or what do I do?
Right, I think you've probably got quite a new disc, and that will ease off slightly to start with. But otherwise, yes, you can play around with the weight if you want to, or just sort of ease off a little bit, really. You know, don't. Sometimes when people are new with kumihimo, they're quite, you know, just relax into it, and you should find that the braids will become a little bit softer, really. But yes, otherwise, yes, do put on extra weight. Most people only have 1 weight, though, so sometimes that's a tricky answer, really.
Absolutely, But that's a good thing about the board. You don't think about the board being brand new and being...
And really distinct. When I get a brand new one, and I'm amazed at how tight the braid is, but within about 4 uses, then it gets into its regular tension, and that will continue unless you start to use really thick cords on it.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what we'll do just before we get cracking, if that's okay, gorgeous. Because we don't like interrupting you. Nobody likes us interrupting Prue. So what we thought we'd do, now this time we thought we'd give you all 3 colours, okay? So that you've got the choice then. All 3, oh, it's funny, I had some hematites in a tube last night on the show, Prue, and they, as I took it out, they hadn't put the lid on.
Oh, no.
That was amusing. I tell you what, that was a right game.
Oh, and they really bounce.
They
do. Go everywhere.
Well, you're quite right. So that's why the sticky bead mats are great, aren't they? Yeah, straight onto them. Okay, so seed bead spectacular, my lovelies. We've got we'll start with the big tube, the gold-plated seed beads. They're 4 mil, and you get. We used to bring you 400 in these tubes. This has got 600, half as much again. Very generous. And then here, in fact, every one of these tubes, believe it or not, has got 600 in each. That's 1,800 seed beads. That's a fair whack, isn't it? Yes. Then we've got the rose gold plated. They're 3 mil. So they're the larger ones in the gold plated, yellow gold plated at 4 mil. 3 mil in the rose gold plated and 3 mil in the silver plated. They're all silver plated, rose gold plated, gold plated. 600 in each. And that is 1,800. Now, we know the price of the seed beads, and £40.85 is where we should be. This is my favourite bit. Is this your favourite?
Yes,
I
exactly,
love it.
yes.
Do you do what we do, even presenters? Do you guess the price at home and see what we're going to go to?
No, definitely, yes.
It's a good game, isn't it? Yeah.
We all do it.
We do, don't we? So we've gone over £40, over £40, and we've just taken it to £24.95 for 1,800 and seed beads. Okay, right then, we'll leave those on the screen for you so you can still get them, but now it is our favourite time. It is
over to you.
Right, excellent. Right, well this kit's really different to the previous one. The previous one was all about braiding and adding the beads into the braid. This one is more about braiding and using the braids to make jewellery with the beads.
Okay.
And also because we're using finer cords, it's a very much more delicate look. So it's been really nice to have two very different kits, and you learn very different skills from using both of them.
Okay.
So our starting point for this is to make the braid, and that's going to be made without any beads or embellishment, and it's going to be your straightforward 8-cord round braid and just 1 cord in each slot. And that's the other thing just to say at this point, if you want to have a thicker bracelet, then you can just put 2 cords in each slot.
Okay.
Or 3 even, whatever. So even though you're using quite fine cords like Eslon, you can get a chunkier look if you want to.
Okay.
So for this then you need 125 centimetres of 8 cords of 125 centimetres.
Okay.
And that will probably be quite a generous allowance. As we say, everyone's tension is different. That means everyone's cord usage is different.
Yeah.
So I tend to like to give a slightly generous allowance.
More,
and then, as we said before, find something to do with them. So then, just a quick recap in case people have come and not seen the first demonstration. This is round braid, the nice basic one everybody loves. And all it is top right down, bottom left up. And then a quarter turn, top down, bottom up. Now, at this stage, I'd just like to show something else, because it comes up to your question where you asked about, does it matter which way you turn?
Yeah.
And for this design, you're going to do quite a lot of braiding. So I'm going to show us a speed braiding method.
Oh, okay.
And first of all, I just need to explain why this will work, because in many books, it will say that you must always turn in the same direction. And for many braids, that's true. But actually, 8-cord round braid, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And the reason for that is it's completely symmetrical. So if I just give you an example, if I move the top cord down and the bottom left up, they don't cross over. So it makes no difference. I could have done that the left one up first and the right one second, because they don't cross, so the sequence doesn't matter.
Okay.
Then, in terms of turning, I'm just going to take that weight off, just annoying me there. In terms of turning, if I turn anti-clockwise, I come to this set of cords. If I turn clockwise, I come to the same set of cords. And I've already explained, it doesn't matter which one you use. So you're coming to exactly the same thing. So if that's the case, then what you can do is just go to and fro. And that's much quicker because you're not changing your grip. So when you're doing something like this, where you can do a long braid, not adding beads or anything, you can just flip to and fro. And I'll show you how that's done. So just again, top down, bottom up. And I'm actually just sort of holding it from underneath, is spinning the disc a little bit, top down, bottom up. Now I'm just going to spin it back, top down, bottom up, and so forth. And I can promise you that that is exactly the same as if you go all round and round in the same direction. If you're not comfortable with that, don't worry about doing it. But it's just I like to show different things and show what is possible. And that is the way. If I need to do a really long braid, I will always do it that way. It is just much quicker because you're not changing your grip the whole time.
Exactly.
So you're going to have your 8 lengths of 125 centimetres, and you're going to come up with a nice long braid. Now, for the example, I did it in black. For this example, I've used the pale green, but this design would look beautiful in the emerald green as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a really nice kit because it all works well.
Yeah.
So you could make 3 bracelets that would look quite different, really, depending on the colours you use. But I think it works best with a single colour, so I probably wouldn't do a mixed colour for the braid.
Okay.
So once you've got your braid, don't worry about the length of it, as long as you've got at least 50 centimetres.
Okay.
And then find the midpoint. And then what we're going to do, this is going to be part of the clasp. So we're going to make this loop into part of the clasp.
Okay.
And we're going to do that by taking one of the decorative headpins from any findings kit and threading on an emerald. Now, you might find that not all the emeralds will go on, so, because I mean, I've never really, normally with emeralds you don't have quite such a large drill hole that you can get these large headpins on. But you will find all the middle ones should go on. That's what I
the large ones in the centre.
And those are the ones you want, really. So, but if you have trouble with that, then you can just use the ultra skinny, the featherweight.
The featherweight. Oh, I like that ultra skinny. I like that.
Yes. So now what you're going to do, to make this little loop, you're going to just hold the braid in one hand and then slide the head pin through with the other hand, and then just trying to keep it all nice and tight, sort of with your 3 fingers like that, or 2 fingers and thumb. Wrap the head pin up, and you will lose your grip a little bit on the cords here, but you can just squeeze them back into place. Down. So I've wrapped it from the back round over the top on one side.
Yeah.
And then diagonally across the back, like that. And then up on the other side, like that. So you've got from the front, you've got a little bar on either side.
Yeah.
And then just bring it round. On the back, it'll have a sort of Y shape to it. And then just bring it round. And it is best when you're wrapping wire around cord, it is best to use your hands rather than pliers, I find, because you don't want to squeeze too tight because you'll just squish up the cord.
Yeah.
So twist
That's a
it
lovely
round,
design.
and then you have a choice. What I did, I love a little spiral, so I wanted to finish off with a spiral. And the great advantage of finishing off with a spiral is that it, you know that it's not going to catch on anything.
No sharp edges, yeah.
But you could just finish it off on the back there and just tuck the end in, or you can just make a simple spiral with this last end bit.
And grab your round nose pliers.
Grab your round nose pliers, start it off. If you've got a little flat bit there, you can nip that off, but I think that's fine. And then just make it into a little spiral, and then just flip it over and squash it down. Now you can manipulate it a certain amount now. Just make sure you're happy with the look of it.
That's gorgeous.
And so that's now giving you a little loop at the end, which will be your clasp. And now the rest of the bracelet carries on like this. So what you need to do next is just thread on some head pins. Oh, sorry, not even head pins, jump rings. And for each section I used just 2. I tried it different ways. I had 3 and I thought it looked too crowded.
Okay.
But you can choose what you want to do. So we're going to make little sections where we're going to have jump rings on one of the cords. So you can vary the length of those sections as you wish. But you just need to thread on the ends. And to make threading easier, what you need to have at the end, because you would normally finish off your kumihimo with a knot. So what I've done is I've taken it off the dish, tied it in a knot, just popped a little bit of glue there, and that can be any sort of glue that will sink into the fibres. It can be the fabric glue we do. E6000 probably takes a little bit long to dry in this situation, but it will work.
Yeah.
Or just some sort of all-purpose glue that you might have. And all you're doing, that's not going to show in the design, all it's doing is sealing the end. Then you can snip the knot off, which allows you, of course, to thread the jump rings on.
Are they 5 mil, 6?
The normal ones in the...
yeah.
Yes, so, yes, they're 5
I think
mil,
they're 5
aren't they?
mil,
Yes.
yeah. 5 mil jump rings, everybody, just in case you're wondering.
So then, run it up to there. And then, basically, you're going to repeat the process for the next one.
Okay.
So again, thread the emerald onto the head pin.
I love that effect, it looks lovely.
And then same thing, and the important thing to remember to get this right is to try to remember to hold it the same way each time, then you'll be wrapping the same way each time. So I'm holding it so that I've got, away from me, I've got the braid with the head pins on.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do exactly the same thing. And you can move the positioning of it a little bit, so you don't have to worry about the precise positioning.
Okay.
But I remembered that last time I went up first, so I'll do that again. Up. So it does. The problem I always find with the second demonstration, my hands have got a bit slippery by then.
Yeah, because it gets a bit warm, doesn't it?
Yes. But, so just wrap it round. Just get those jump rings out of the way.
Did you ever believe you'd be a rapper, Prue? Did you, though?
No, I didn't know.
You are.
Wow.
You is a rapper.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm going round the back, and so I've got on the other side.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is try to make sure that your little Ys are as even as possible. We've got another one to come up here. If you need to push this up or down to make the gap smaller or larger, you can do that at this point. once you've wrapped it all the way around, you'll find it more tricky. And so then I'll just do my little spiral again.
Okay. While Prue's just wrapping that into position again, what we thought we'd just do is, in case you, because we've had a few messages actually this week requesting for us to bring the flush cutters back for you. And these are your beadalon. They are absolutely wonderful. I'll just pop them on the screen for you at $29.95. They are designer flush cutters. These are absolutely wonderful, the beadalon. And they exactly what they basically do exactly what it says on the tin. They cut very flush to exactly the position that you would like them. So that again, when you're trying to avoid any sharp edges or anything like that, you want to cut straight next to the to wherever you're cutting next. You want to get right in there, and these are perfect, lovely streamlined, fit perfectly in the palm of your hand. Effortless to close. They spring back open. You don't have to release them. Look, that's it. They do. So $29.95. Once you've got them, you've got them. That's it. They're done.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. So I think they're a wise investment.
I
actually.
totally agree.
Yes.
I mean, I started on the introduction to jewellery making with the standard cutters, and they were great. But once you've had these, you kind of like no going back, isn't it?
Yes. Exactly.
And just quickly, Jennifer from Essex, when she put a review on FIFO, she said, I wished I bought them earlier. And on in Greater said I couldn't do without them. So, and as Prue just said, then once you've got them, that's it. And Susan in Aberdeen, she said, they are wonderful, highly recommended. Okay, so there you go. Grab them while you can, my lovelies. $29.95. It's a brilliant deal. So, right then, back to you.
Right, okay. So we've got one section now. We've got a loop and then two little attachments joining the braids together, and our two jump rings.
Yeah.
So the next thing to do is to make your charms, which is really nice and straightforward. It's just a head pin and these adorable little hearts, as we said before. A simple wrapped loop.
Yeah.
And again, there are details. Everyone does it in a slightly different way, but I always think this is one of the most useful jewellery making techniques there is, really, a wrapped loop.
And also, when I was learning the simple loop and the wrap loop, I found the wrap loop much easier.
Yes, and you know it's secure, don't you?
Yeah.
So, and then just snip off and take time to push that little end down, obviously. And then all you need to do is take 2 pairs of pliers and open your jump ring very carefully.
Yep.
And this bit I always find a bit tricky because these jump rings have always got such a good join on them. It's
quite hard to find. Yeah, it does take a while sometimes, doesn't it?
So, find your join, open it up like opening a door.
Yep.
Slip your charm on and close it.
Wow.
And so that's how you do each individual section. Obviously you can make another charm and put it on the other one. And this works well. You could also do this with the emeralds as charms as well. That would really look pretty. So it's a very versatile way of using your kumihimo as opposed to beading with your kumihimo, really. So what you need to do once you've done that section is you need to carry on doing as many sections as you need to fit your wrist.
Yeah.
And always keep checking, as I've said before, check the size on your own wrist so that you get it right, or even if you're making for someone else, you know, on a human wrist it works very well, unless you've got one of the bracelet sizes that we do. They are very good as well, but you need something that takes into account the curve of a wrist, really. So once you've put in as many sections as you want and you've decided where your braid needs to stop, you need to take account of a little bit of a finishing off detail.
Okay.
So, in fact, I'll just take a note of that again. So I think I'll have mine stopping about there, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bind it and then I'm going to glue it.
Okay.
Because we need quite a good bit of security on this because we're going to put a head pin through it and that's going to be the whole security of the bracelet. So we want that binding to be really good.
Okay.
And the way to do that is simply... Nearly lost my fancy scissors then.
You're very fancy lady scissors.
Absolutely. And
do you know what my brother bought me for Christmas?
What?
A mug that says Her Ladyship.
Oh, very nice.
I thought that was very
yes. Now just thread my needle. So it's ordinary household needle, any sort of strong thread. If you've got the wildfire that we do, that's brilliant. And then what
You're very quick at threading that then.
Oh, yes.
Gosh, Prue, I was very impressed.
Well, I think this is just a household thing. If you can thread a beading needle, you can thread anything, and I do have to thread beading needles.
I'll tell you what, that was like an Olympic needle threading moment.
Oh, I could go in for that.
You could.
Oh,
You'd
yes.
win.
So you just need to go through the braid a few times. Now, just watch your fingers on this, obviously. So just go through them. And what you're aiming to do, first of all, is just to secure the thread. So I've gone through both braids. And I'm just going to pull the thread to the end.
Okay.
Nearly the end, rather.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go back through in the other direction. Gone through one there. And my aim is to just go through as many times so that when I pull on the thread, it doesn't come through, basically. Because I don't want any knots in this. So I think I need to go through one more time. It will fight back a bit, but there we go, it's coming. A good fit.
It's starting to learn you're in charge, Prue.
Yeah, no, absolutely, just be firm. Okay, so that's not going anywhere now. So now I can wrap around. Do a little wrap.
You is wrapping again, Prue.
Yes. Till you've got a little firm wrapping like that, and then do the same thing again. Go through the braid several times so that the thread is stuck, and then you can snip off those ends. So.
Okay.
So I'll actually stop there, but I'll probably do one more time. Then I can snip off the ends before going on to the next bit. There we go. Now, we've got a nice firm binding, but as I said before, we do need to be sure that this is really, really secure. So what I do next is put a little bit of glue on. Now, normally I keep well away from glue in demonstrations, but I've got a little gap where I'm going to show you how to do the clasp. So we've hopefully got time to get the glue to dry.
We've definitely got time for you, lovely lady.
Well, will the glue dry? That's the one with the very hot studio. Will I end up covered in glue? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? So again, this is some sort of glue that will sink into the fibres. The idea being we're just going to seal those ends. So I'm just going to, and what I'm doing is I'm putting it on the binding and a little bit beyond the braids towards the ends, not towards the clasp that I've made.
Okay. The open ends, basically.
The open ends, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I want to be able to snip through these cords once they've been nicely sealed.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to just pop the top on that and leave that for a few moments.
Okay.
On there. So what I want to do now is make the rest of the clasp.
Okay.
And to do that, you can just use a toggle from a
we've got some,
if you want to.
Look at those ones we've got coming up.
Oh. Well, if you get those, I think you'd use those. I'm going to show you another way of doing it, but I would show those.
Okay.
Then people know the choice, and then absolutely. Oh, yes.
I know, that's what I wanted to show you.
Yes, no, perfect.
Bearing in mind you've got heart charms in here.
Yes.
I just wanted to show you these because we thought these would go lovely. And you get 5 of them. I've never seen those before. I think they're lovely. So you get 5 of those. They are silver flash hearts. They're twisted toggle clasps, and they're 15mm with a 24mm bar. And then if you would prefer the gold to complement the gold colour gold coloured hematite in the gold hearts, then again we've given you another lovely beautiful beaded toggle clasp there, gold plated for you, big whopper there with a 46mm T-bar, and we thought we'd give you 5 of each of those to just £7.95. So less than 80p each. So we thought we'd give you the option of both, okay? So, and then we'll get back to our lovely Prue. So well done. So because you said toggle clasp, I thought,
no, exactly, absolutely. So either use the toggle of a toggle clasp, or if you don't want, don't want to separate them up, because for this design you'll only use half of it, but you can always use the other half, the pendants and things.
Exactly.
You know, there's always something. But this is a neat little trick, I hope, just to make your own little toggle. And what you need is 2 headpins, and 2, in this case, it could be any sort of bead really, but it's absolutely perfect for these little hearts. So thread the headpins, the beads onto the hearts onto the headpin,
okay,
and then hold them crossed over like that. hold them tight. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just manipulating them to make sure that I've got the heart right to the end. You can't see that because it's on my fingers, but I want to make sure that the head pin is right, the heart is right to the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got them crossed over like that, and then I'm just going to twist them.
Yeah.
Twist them neatly right to the end.
Oh, it's a lovely effect, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Sounded like Yoda then. Oh, twisting you are. Other little green things are available, apparently. Yeah, gremlins and things.
Oh, and I did hear a little click there as I pulled the end off. So I was a little bit too rough with it there. Yes. So we'll just bend that over. We'll
have one.
Yeah, we'll have one on ours.
We'll have a one-hearted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's mix it up.
Yes. And now what we need to do is do a wrapped loop here with a reasonable sized loop, because this is quite thick to do. So we're going to do a little wrapped loop there.
Okay.
It's funny, I heard that little click and I did think, it was under my fingers. I wasn't quite sure what was going on, but it didn't sound good.
But it just shows how you can just change it and fix it.
Yes, no, absolutely.
Because you've already twisted them together, they're not going to come apart, so
Exactly.
it doesn't matter.
Exactly. So I've done my wrapped loop
Yeah.
with the 2 twisted wires. I'm just going to snip that off.
See, that's where your flush cutters would come in perfectly.
Yes, perfectly, absolutely. And I'll just leave the little stump as to where the other heart would have been. So now this is going to be part of our clasp here. So hopefully our glue is dry enough to carry on with the next little bit.
Okay.
And I mean, I'd probably leave it. I would leave it a little bit
Yeah, you wouldn't
longer.
use it that quickly normally, would you? No.
But it is kind of touch dry. And the advantage of that is when you glue ends like this, you can sort of manipulate it, because I'm going to need to put this through a round coil, and this with the 2 together is kind of flat or oval. So while it's still wet, it does give me the opportunity to give it a good old squeeze. Yeah. And then I'm just going to cut through the glued part. So obviously I've got my bracelet here, I've got my binding, and I've got this glued section, and I'm going to cut through that glued section just using these shears that we sometimes have on the website. So, and then just give it a good old squeeze, the end.
Yeah.
Put those, and this is where I'm saying this is what you can use for
your
earrings,
yeah.
exactly, or you could have a few extra beads and it's enough for a bracelet.
Yeah.
You know, so extra braids is always useful. Right, so the next stage then is to take another of the decorative head pins, slide it through the 2 braids, the bracelet side of the binding, bring it up close to the binding, and then just bring it up behind. Then thread on a coil. Now the way I've made this is quite simply with the bail making pliers that we often have, and this is a 0.4. I use the 0.4 step on them. So you can use a knitting needle or anything. You need about 0.4 for this.
And what size wire is that?
0.8, 0.8, yeah.
Okay.
And then slide the...
Oh, very clever.
There we go. And then you might want to sort of manipulate it a bit so that the little bit of binding is covered as to your satisfaction.
Yeah.
This is the point where you can manipulate it.
Wow, that looks lovely.
And then pop some sort of decorative end on it. On some of them, I think, I can't remember if I put an emerald on this to make the end or if I put a heart on the end.
Heart on that one?
Heart on that one.
Oh, can you see, sorry?
Yes, yes. Yeah. Or you could put an emerald, just because what you just want to cover the end of that coil, because that's a little bit ugly there. So by putting the heart on. And now what I'm going to do is do half a wrapped loop. Because I want to put my little clasp on.
Yeah.
And I wanted a reasonable sized wrap loop as well. When I'm doing a half one, what I always do is go virtually the whole way round.
Yeah.
And then open it up so that you've got the nice round shape.
Yeah, you got the shape, but you haven't closed it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The problem is you go into autopilot. The amount of times, I'm sure all of us do that, we know we're going to add something on, and then we just carry on, finish off, do it all neatly, and then you think, oh,
and then you look back on your desk and you're like,
that was meant to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
So then just finish off your wrapped loop. There we go. Snip off the end, and again, take your time to just tuck that bit in. I won't do that. And that basically completes our clasp. Now, obviously, this should have two ends on it, so it would stay a little better.
Yeah.
But basically, it's so you've got something to slip through. So if we look at the original bracelet, that will look more, we'll see how much more effective that is.
Yeah,
but you can put a toggle on or whatever. So, you know, it's just a different way of using your kumihimo, adding things onto it to make a design that's got lots of gemstones on it, but they actually haven't been braided in, they've just been applied in a different way.
Exactly. Gosh, that is... I could watch you all day. I could. Have you got like a workshop at home?
Well, I do in a way, yes. I have a spare bedroom that's my boudoir.
Oh, I like that. Did you hear that? My boudoir. I like that. You're brilliant.
One of my sons named it that. They don't take me very seriously. I don't know why not.
Well, we do take the mickey in families, don't we?
No, exactly.
We all do.
It's the fun of it.
Terrible.
But I must admit, I sort of migrate downstairs because often I'm doing things at the kitchen table because I'm doing other things, you know, even cooking.
Sometimes you don't want to be off up there on your own. You want to be in them, you know.
Exactly.
We've had a question. Thank you, my darling. We've had a question from Stella in Berkshire. She said, "Prue, your designs are amazing as usual!" Exclamation mark.
Oh,
if you want to make a round braid, but with more than the standard 8 cords, is it just weaved in the same way?
Yes, absolutely. You can't do that speed braiding that I've just shown you, though, if you want to have designs. So, yes, you can do, you try 12. That's a really nice way of doing it. You just space them evenly around the disc. 12 or 16, very common ways of doing it. And you just do exactly the same thing. Instead of a quarter turn, you're doing an eighth of a turn if you've got 16.
Yeah.
And actually, you can do some really lovely designs if you've got lots of different colours of Essilon and things. You use some fabulous designs. So it's a really nice thing to explore.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, so once you've mastered the technique, start with lesser braids and then keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah, wow. So I hope that helps, Stella. We've also got a message from Jackie in Merseyside, and she said, "Hello, lovelies." Hello, lovely. She said, "Prue, I do struggle getting my beads to go under the cords on my round disc, but not the square. Is there a trick to help?"
Not really. It does actually depend on the shape of the beads sometimes. Some are just a bit naughtier than others. If they've got a sort of flattish top to them, they will tuck under that next cord a lot better than the really round ones. What I suggest if you're having problems is just reach your thumb across. So when you're putting your bead into position, as soon as it's gone into position, put your thumb on top and then just pop your thumb off to do the next move. Check it's still in position, pop your thumb on top again. So that is, if you've got naughty beads that keep slipping out, that's the way. If you look further down the braid, you might see one has not been put in the right position. They're quite difficult to get into the position. Sometimes you can pull them with a crochet hook, but you're not necessarily getting them quite the right thread path, so they can pop back in.
Got to do it as you braid.
Yeah, so if you see a mistake, you do need to go back for it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if I was a bead, I'd be naughty. I do. I think I'd be a naughty bead. Much more fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yes.
And Susan just said, "Oh no, that's a very good point." She just said, "Such a pretty bracelet, Prue. Thank you. A touch of the Egyptian."
Oh yes. Yeah, no, actually, I was sort of thinking Arabian Nights when I was doing it, that sort of thing. So yes, we're in the same sort of area there. Yes, yeah. But it could look very different. You've done with different things as well.
Absolutely.
So you know,
again,
you have a
once
lot
you've
of fun
mastered
with
the technique,
yes.
You can make so many different variations.
Because it will work with this. The components in the kit mean that this will work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then once you've done it once, then you can start playing around with other things.
The multitude of colours of Essilon and the multitude of charms and beads and jump rings. I mean, all the different colours. Brilliant. And I think we've got guest designer, Young Flirtastic. Ooh. She said, "Prue, my lovely, you are brilliant."
Oh, thank you, Fleur. She's lovely, isn't she?
She is lovely, isn't she? She is lovely. She said, "Zena, you're not so bad yourself."
She's lovely too.
She's a cheeky monkey. She's lovely though. Lots of love, Fleur. That was fabulous.
I can show more.
Well, do you know what we are going to do? What we are going to do next? Because everybody has been asking us about your necklace. Funnily enough, in fact, I commented on your necklace today, didn't I?
Yes, yes.
So if I can show you, just move Fleur's amazing Egyptian-esque bracelet. And now where are... Oh, here they are. So if I show you these, and then can you talk us through, because a snowflake of Sidon is gorgeous, absolutely, and it is like going out into a midnight sky and then having like a snowstorm, isn't it? Now we've got lovely stars and little pear shapes. So we'll show you the actual snowflake obsidian first of all, so you can see how gorgeous it is. Now look at those. You've got the stars, and we've got these gorgeous fancy pear drops. So they're all very different on there. They're really lovely. 250 carats on the pear drops, 105 on the stars, and that gives you a massive 355 carats. We're going to give you bow strands for way less than £10. We're going to give you a real treat. So many people have asked about your necklace. So many people. So can I, $7.95, that is amazing for bow strands, but well done. Now, can I ask, how did you actually create this?
Right, this is actually made on a different sort of disc, which is something that I've been developing. But there are many ways of getting this sort of look. And the best way probably to explain is to do it with the half round braid, which is the one I've used on with the hearts, with the green necklace.
Yeah.
And I can show how to do that, because I've got that set up here.
Can we,
so it's a different
brilliant.
braid structure. And because it's a flat braid structure, because that's what you need something sort of flat or non-spiralling, so that the beads will just stay where you want them.
I was going to ask you to take it off, but if I did, I don't think you get it back. That's the danger. Oh, do you mind?
No.
Only because I want to show, because against your black back, can I show it on my hand?
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh my goodness me, isn't that perfect? So sorry, if you can carry on, that is gorgeous.
So this, I'm going to show a slightly different braid structure to that, because I don't have the piece of equipment that was made on.
Okay.
But to get the same effect, what you can do is the half round braid. And so that is, I've shown it sometimes before, and it's the key to it is getting the beads on the right cord so you know when to drop them in. Because where someone was asking on round braid, do you put beads on all of them? On this particular one, no, you only have them on 2 cords.
Okay, right. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's lovely to wear as well. I mean, the snowflake obsidian is a really lovely stone, because it just
so interesting.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I could have done with it as a bracelet, so I can keep looking at it. Really, that's what I always think. The problem with necklaces, you don't see them yourself.
You can't see them; everybody else gets to see them, don't they? Yeah. Okay.
Right. So to do half round braid, you want your. If I just make a bit of space here. You want your cords in the north, south and east, west position, and for this one I've got 2 cords in each one, just to make a more substantial braid.
Yeah.
And so it's a slightly different structure. I will remove, you would keep your weight on, I'm going to remove it because it sort of bangs on the on here.
But normally you keep it in position.
I would keep it on, so you keep that tension. Always keep your tension, absolutely. So for this, what you do is you take the top left cord and bring it across to below the cords on the right-hand side. And it's everything in kumihimo is mirrored, really. So you do the same thing on the other side, but it's top left over to below the right-hand cords.
Okay.
And then again mirrored. I'm going to do another crossover from the bottom. So this is bottom left to the top of that group, and bottom right to the top of the other group. So those cords have all crossed over. Now the next few moves are not crossing over, and we want to try and get the cords back to where they were originally. And we do that by taking the cords above the dot there on the right hand side, and down, and then mirroring it again, and down.
So you're constantly always checking your tension, aren't you?
Yes,
I was watching you.
yes.
Then, yeah,
And this with different sorts of braid structures, you know, sometimes they the tension can be more difficult. What you're always aiming for is having your point of braiding right in the middle there.
Right.
And then finally, you just need to bring the cords to either side. And actually, there are instructions for this step by step on my website, which people can find if they want to, because this is the sort of thing you really need to settle down with.
I was just going to say, initially,
because just doing it like this,
I get a bit of a panic because I never know where. Once I've got the rhythm,
absolutely, and you do.
The rhythm.
Yes, and that's when you need peace and quiet, and to maybe have it written down beside you as well, and just work through it a few times, and then you just find your hands are doing it.
Absolutely,
basically.
yeah.
And so basically the cords that you want to have the now I just need to check up on that. The cords that you need to have the beads on are this one here and this one here. And they will come, they'll rotate round, they cross over, they rotate round, but they will come round so that you will then get the beads coming along the sides of the braid. Rather than the round braid, everything spirals round, so those beads would be all over the place, so you wouldn't be able to get them in that really flat look.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll just show you this on here, just quickly before we move on, just to show you that there. So that's where those two lovely, I'm guessing they're little black agates, I'm guessing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's the braid that our lovely Prue's just showing you how to do there. And then added in those pear drops of obsidian, snowflake obsidian. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you thank you for letting us have a little play.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring you the DVD because we just had a question come in, and it's our lovely Prue's DVD. And we've just had a question about it, actually.
Right, yes.
So £4.95 for this, my lovelies. And the question is from Christine in Greater Manchester. She said, is there a book of Kumihimo designs available, please? I can't wait for the Micro Kumihimo workshop next... Oh, when's your workshop then, Prue? Can you remember?
Yes, I can.
Sorry.
I can. It's the 13th. 13th.
Yes,
Saturday
or the day before Valentine's Day.
Yes,
13th of
yes.
Feb.
Yes, Saturday the 13th of February. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, Christine.
Oh, yeah. And this we took to just £4.95. So if you can't wait in the meantime, and if you would like the Micro Kumihimo disc there, then with our lovely Prue and our lovely Lucy Nichols as well, the code is UN for Nelly, TY08, and we've gone to just £4.95. Now, a lot of people managed to get this early, but somebody said, could we just have the code again? So there it is, teaching you how to do everything from a bead effect necklace to a gemstone chip bracelet to... it's the beaded tassel lariats. I like that. Lovely. Now, we've got 5 minutes. Is there anything else you'd like to do? I don't want to throw you and put you on the spot, but... I don't know if there was a tap dance routine.
Yes, no, there is something I'd like to do.
Not tap dance routine?
Not
Okay. No,
today. No, I just
not today.
don't quite have the time. What I'd like to do is show how I put. So it's the far necklace. What I'd like to. Yes, I'd like necklace. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's all right, my darling.
I'd just like to show how I put those gemstones on like that, because it's quite a handy technique, really.
Oh, brilliant! Yes, please.
Because again, this all comes down to these gemstones aren't naturally suited to braiding in as we have on some other ones.
Okay.
But there are so many beautiful ways of getting them onto your braids like that. So to show that, I just need to check what I actually had on there. I think I was using a round head pin. And again, it's a... So I've just found a braid in my bag that's about the right size, and you know, it could be any sort of braid really, because this is the great thing about braids. You can get a needle through them, you can get a head pin through them.
Yeah, great.
So I think I just threaded a gemstone on. That one might be one of the ones that's not so keen.
Yeah, you've got to go a bit further into the strand, haven't you?
Yeah, let's try that one. I thought I'd tested them all. Let's try a different head pin, in fact.
Yeah, because the head pin wasn't very straight, was it? Sometimes that can make a difference, can't it?
There we go. There we go. So it doesn't matter what sort of head pin you're using. I think I used different. I can't remember anyhow. So it's really, really simple. All you need to do is decide, and you need to make sure you keep your braid fairly straight for this. What you don't want to do is for it to start twisting while you're working. So keep straightening it out as you work, particularly if you want a row of gemstones going through. And then it's easy peasy. You just go straight through. And you can, to make it a little easier, cut the end of the head pin into a point. If you do, you do need to be a lot more careful than I am with my finger.
Yeah.
I personally just prefer to wiggle, 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 and my fingers there.
You like a wiggle, do you, Prue? It's official. Wednesday the 6th of Jan, Prue has admitted she likes to do a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
That's for the late show.
Oh, you are lovely.
And then get the head pin right the way through. Yeah. And again, it's a rather similar thing. We're just going to wrap round. And I think I will wrap under first. It doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of being consistent.
Yeah, well, so once you've done one, try and copy the...
Yes, exactly. And then I'm going around the other side. So again, it's that same thing, taking your wire once round one side and the other time round the other side. And then in this particular case, I then just brought it down the back, straightened it out, manipulated it so I wanted it. And then, with that little tail, I made that into a wrapped loop so that I could hang the little head pin, the little dangles on. Yeah. So again, taking it nice, and then you need to take your pliers quite close to the braid like that to do that, and just be a bit careful of that. But do your wrapped loop. There we go. I will need pliers here just to pull on the end of it a bit.
I'm just thinking, you know, when you were talking about actually cutting, making the point of the headpin a little bit, and you were pushing it to be careful, you could put a little thimble on your finger on the other side, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
Just to, yeah.
Yes.
Just in case you keep sort of, you know, picking yourself with the headpin, just pop a little
no, that's a
thimble
very
on.
good idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And certainly if you cut it on an angle, it does go through much faster because it's absolutely cutting
But then
through.
just protect yourself by putting a little thimble on.
Yes, exactly. Now I've only got a little tail on the end, and I found this when I was making it as well. It just needs to. It's always easier to do a wrap loop when you've got a long bit of wire, but you just need to manipulate this round.
Tell them who's boss.
Yeah, absolutely. So that you've got a hook. That's not the neatest one I've ever done in my life, but hey, there we go. It gives the idea.
Yeah.
So now we've got our gemstone attached to the braid, and we've got the little loop hanging off it, which is all ready to receive a nice little charm of some sort. So in this case, I will just pop that on.
Pop your hematite
I think
on.
in that case I had used the featherweight ones, and because I wanted to get some of the obsidian on as well, which gave it a really nice. But again, this is all up to you. These are the design decisions that you make.
This is how you can make each one different.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
And again, just remember to not complete the wrap
loop because you've got to get it through.
Yep. And then see, much easier when you've got a bit of a tail to grip hold of, obviously. And
you wrap around about 3 times, do you, roughly? Or?
I tend to wrap for as much room as there is.
Okay.
So to fill up the space, because then you get a nice tight connection.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Oh, that looks so cute.
And so that's how it's done, basically.
Oh,
and so then when you do
lovely.
your next one, you just need to make sure that you're getting it on the same side of the braid, really.
Yeah.
But you can imagine that sort of allows you now to do all sorts of different, get all different shapes and sizes of gemstone onto your kumihimo if you want to.
Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love the way you've got a couple of those little obsidians on there as well.
Very
Absolutely.
sweet.
Gorgeous. Well done. Wow. Right then, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are wonderful. Okay, we've got another hour with you, with myself and our lovely Prue, so please stay with us. We've got some amazing bundles coming up in the next hour, so please get ready for that. Incredible. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all, if you can, after the break. Well,